All right, good evening, everyone. Wanted to welcome you to another Friday night of HLV TC Warrior football. Coming to you this Friday from New London in southeast Iowa. This is Nick Bloom here along with Saxon Van Buren and Mitchell Tice for the evening, filling in for the normal crew, Kyle Schall and others. Wanted to give them just a quick hello as they're probably tuning in tonight, kind of had a scheduling conflict, so we've got a couple backups filling in here. So, but happy to do it. Saxon and I both played for Coach Smith. Mitchell did as well. So kind of fun to watch some Warrior football again in the broadcast seat, I guess. So as we are coming to you tonight from New London, I want to first mention you can tune in into the Sportscast media website, www.thewarriorcast.com. Also wanted to thank Danny Davis and Sportscast Media, HLV's AD Bo Jack, Principal Mark Tegler, and Superintendent Brad Hohensee. Also wanted to give a quick shout out to the New London administration, AD Austin Burns, Superintendent Chad Walls, and Principal Scott Kraft for putting us up here in the booth. Got a nice setup here on a beautiful Friday night for 8-man District 6 football. As we are approaching kickoff here, about 15 minutes before kick, some things to look forward to, I guess, as we kind of lead into tonight. Leaders for the Warriors this season. Passing leader for the Warriors, Keegan Gorsh, 43 of 79 on the season for about 550 yards and 7 touchdowns. Gorsh has really seemed to pick that pace up here lately after battled some injuries earlier in the season. On the other side, New London is led by Gavin Mankey Bailey, 17 of 44, 248 yards, and 4 touchdowns on the season for Mankey Bailey. On the ground, HLV is led by Cale Weiskup, 65 rushes, 385 yards, and 8 touchdowns, about 6 yards per carry. Hunter Bazin with 44 rushes and 229 yards. The Tigers of New London led on the ground by Mankey Bailey, again, 46 rushes, 170 yards, and 3 touchdowns. London Franklin has about 165 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns, and then Brigham Porter with 12 carries for 88 yards. Through the receiving leaders for the Warriors, Levi Molinix has really had a couple big Fridays in a row here. 21 receptions on the season, 225 yards total, and 3 touchdowns. Hunter Bazin, 13 receptions, 197 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And then again, Cale Weiskup, 107 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. Receiving leaders for the Tigers, number 21, London Franklin, 6 receptions, 148 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And then number 4, Cale Westerbeck, 3 receptions and 65 yards and 2 touchdowns. So kind of to go through a little bit of the offensive stat leaders, some names that you will be hearing routinely as the broadcast goes along. Defensively, the Warriors are led in tackles by Cale Weiskup, 44.5 tackles on the season. Levi Molinix, second with 34. Devin Weiskup with 23. The Tigers defensively are led by Gavin Mankey Bailey, 26.5 tackles on the season. Riley Raines with 17, and Cale Westerbeck with 16. Looking at the series history between these two, New London leads that series 4-2, winning last season's matchup in Victor 36-28. Tight battle that really went down to the end of the fourth quarter. HLV's last win in the series came in 2019, a 34-22 win. Looking back to results from last week, New London traveled to Central City and came up short 46-20, while HLV hosted Waco and lost 49-20. We're going to take just a short break here as they are bringing the game ball in by helicopter, and try not to speak over that, and we'll be right back here.
round of applause for mentors bringing us the game ball tonight.
All right, well, we wanted to welcome you back to tonight's Friday Night Warriorcast, here brought to you by Sportscast Media, as it's New London's homecoming here in Southeast Iowa, and the game ball was delivered by helicopter, so apologize for the long delay there, but the helicopter was probably a little bit hard to hear anything we were going to say anyway. So as we, again, are approaching kickoff here, about 7 minutes before kickoff here on this Friday night at New London High School, let's take a look at the District 6 standings and some matchups across the district this evening. Leading the district currently at 5-0 is Iowa Valley. This Friday they actually have a bye. Coming in second in District 6 currently is Waco, sitting at 4-1. Tonight they travel to Easton Valley. The third and fourth place teams in the league, Winfield Mount Union at 2-0. They visit EV tonight. EV sits at 1-3, and then of course our matchup here in New London between the Warriors and the New London Tigers. Wanted to also kind of give another thanks to Danny Davis and Sportscast Media, excuse me, for again providing us this opportunity to bring Warrior football to you. We'll take a quick pause here for the national anthem. All right, as we welcome you back to the Warriorcast here this Friday night from New London High School, as the Warriors have traveled to face the New London Tigers here on New London's Friday homecoming night, as we took a brief pause there for national anthem. Joined here tonight by Saxon Van Buren, also Mitchell Tice helping with stats. Saxon, as you kind of look forward to tonight's game and kind of what HLV has tried to do traditionally, what do you plan on seeing, maybe expect to see here this evening?
Yeah, first and foremost, I mean, it's a beautiful night for football. The entrance was pretty grand there for sure. Looking forward to it. Two unbeaten teams that are searching for a win tonight. You can expect New London to be out and wanting this one pretty bad tonight. So looking forward to a good game. I expect, from the Warriors side, build a run offense game early, build off that, and look to open up the pass from there. I think Kevin, traditionally has always wanted to kind of control the game with the run game, keep kind of the time clock on his side, and let the offense kind of control where they go from there.
For sure. I think, as Sax and I were actually discussing, on the way down, having, both played for Kevin and Mitchell as well. As Kevin's now approaching, I think, year 27, some things have worked for a long time, and there's probably a reason they've worked, right? As it has kind of always been the case with HLV football, you're going to lead with the running game, and with two capable running backs between Cale Weiskup and Hunter Bazin that have really done a solid job. And now having Keegan Gorsh coming back, really putting together a nice season for himself as well, with people like Levi Molnix in the passing game, Sean McCullough, and also the backs out of the backfield. This offense has really kind of put together some pretty good halves. They just haven't necessarily been able to put a whole game together. So I think the goal tonight, right, is to see if the Warriors can put two entire halves together as we are approaching kickoff here, and you kind of got to anticipate that's what Kevin's message was leading in tonight, right? Absolutely. Minimize the self-inflicted penalties, self-inflicted wounds, and give yourself the best chance to win.
Definitely, couldn't agree more. It sounds like they've opened up the pass game the last couple of weeks too as well. Got a good connection going there, so I expect them to mix it up a little bit tonight, but heavy focus on the run and just control the game overall. Keep the penalties down to a minimum and really just get after it for the night.
Absolutely. We kind of introduce you to some of the playmakers or people to kind of keep an eye on here this evening. Coaching staffs for both teams. The Warriors are again led by Kevin Smith, assisted by Ed Henning and Joe Simmons. The Tigers are led by head coach Dominic Lloyd, assisted by Damon Lloyd and Jaden Flowers. So as we are again getting close to kickoff, Saxon, why don't you run through sponsors to make some of these broadcasts possible here for the WarriorCast?
Yeah, absolutely. We want to thank all of our sponsors here that help support this. Blady Law Office and Victor, champions HLV students to be the best they can. Blady Law Office and Victor supports all our students and communities. Keystone Savings Bank is proud to support HLV students on and off the field. Everyone at Keystone Savings Bank says go Warriors. Cooperative Telephone Company is happy to sponsor the WarriorCast and would like to wish the HLV football team a great remainder of the season. Kiesel Brothers Seed is your local DeKalb and Asgrow hybrid dealer. Kiesel Brothers Seed supports all of our HLV students and athletes. S&S Appliance and Mattress is your authorized dealer for Whirlpool, GE, and Speed Queen. Call their Victor location at 647-3149 or Grinnell at 236-0221. Hartwick Ag is your authorized dealer for MacDon products and more. Need a repair? Hartwick Ag repairs all sorts of makes and models on implements. Stoll Construction can build, remodel, or repair your next big project. Stoll Construction is a supporter of all HLV athletes. Hardin Brothers Propane can fill your residential and grain drying propane needs. Best of luck to the Warriors. Tim Electric looks forward to an electric season for the Warriors. The folks at Tim Electric say, let's go Warriors. Primetime Seed is your local Pioneer dealer. See Jared Hirschberg for your Pioneer seed needs. Roars Brothers Fertilizer is your local partner in the field. They're committed to increasing your yields through custom fertilizer applications. Best of luck to the Warriors. WH Construction is there for all your concrete needs. WH Construction proudly supports all HLV athletics and the WarriorCast. County Bank has 6 locations to serve you: Sigourney, Hartwick, Deep River, Gibson, Montezuma, and Williamsburg. Your community partner, your community bank.
All right, as we are here back on the WarriorCast, as the Warriors come out with an onside kick on the first play of the game. Holy cow. We hardly got through our sponsors, and HLV had come out with an onside kick to start the game. I think maybe that's one of those looks into Kevin is going to come out incredibly aggressive with this Warriors effort here this evening.
That was a super aggressive play for sure. You know he's looking to set the tone early there. It's like you mentioned earlier, New London's homecoming tonight. You know they're going to come out fired up. That was definitely a message to them to say, hey, we're here.
So New London will come out first with the ball after the onside kick went out of bounds, unsuccessful for HLV. So the ball will be, looks like from the New London, call it the 33, I believe. And we'll kind of get our first look at this New London offense led by number 5, Gavin Mankey-Bailey, kind of their do-it-all quarterback, dual-threat quarterback as well. Man in motion here comes for the Tigers, and it's actually a direct snap to number 4, Cale Westerbeck, who was brought down in the backfield, about a 4-yard loss there. Hunter Bazin on the tackle, incredibly good read. So New London comes out in almost kind of a wildcat set right on the first play, and Westerbeck, the back, tries to go off of right end and loses about 4.
Yeah, great flow from the D-end on that side, and great flow from the backers coming up and making that tackle there.
So second down, we'll call it 14. First drive of the game for the Tigers, 11:30 left to go first quarter. And this will be another direct snap back to Westerbeck, and this time he does find a little bit of success off the left side, maybe for a gain of 2, maybe 3. So brings up third down and long now for the Tigers on their first drive, of the game.
Nice plug there by the defensive line. Had a gang tackle there, 3 or 4 guys on the ball there. So ganging up early, getting to the ball early, it looks like, for the Warriors tonight.
Easton Crum, the freshman in there, really plugging up holes early, along with Mason Westerdale on the line and Devin Weiskup. So third down now and 12, and it's going to be a direct snap. This time it's going to be, looks like that was a direct snap to number 21, London Franklin, the junior. He does pick up some positive yards, maybe call it 5 here on third down. Brings up fourth down, about 7, maybe 8, and it looks like New London's going to send out the punt team with Hunter Bazin back deep to return for the Warriors. So after rolling the dice here on the first play of the game, HLV comes out with an onside kick, unsuccessful. New London goes 3 and out and is now kicking deep to HLV. Hunter Bazin back to return. The kick is short and to the left, and the Warriors get away from the ball, and it'll roll dead at about the HLV 18. So solid defensive start there for the Warriors after giving New London the ball at almost midfield. They go 3 and out, lose negative yards on 2 plays, and all of a sudden the HLV offense is out on the field for the first time tonight. Led by junior Keegan Gorsh, battled through some injuries here early in the season and has really done a solid job here the last 2 weeks. He's joined in the backfield by Cale Weiskup, and it looks like it's going to be a fake to Weiskup. He's going to go deep. There was a deep crosser on the play. It looked like that was Boston Rorda, broken up nicely there by number 7, Logan Franklin. So again, as we kind of mentioned right from the first play, aggressive as the Warriors try and take a deep shot right away.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see Kevin's trying to set the tone here early. They came out in tight formation there, sent 3 guys out on a route, just couldn't connect, but definitely looking to be aggressive here early.
So now Gorsh joined in the backfield with Weiskup and Bazin. It looks like it's going to be a handoff to Bazin off the left-hand side, and he's going to lose about 2. So after HLV aired it out on first down, handoff to Bazin off the left-hand side, and it's actually going to be about a loss of 3 on the play. So now HLV finds itself in their own hole on third down. Third down and about 13 now from about the 15, the HLV 15. Early on, first quarter here, 9.5 minutes ago, no score from New London. Gorsh now in the shotgun. Molnek split out to the right, and it looks like we've got our first penalty to the game here, and that's an illegal formation or movement by the Warriors.
Yeah, unfortunate on that one. Just sets us back a little bit further there. 3rd and 18 coming up here. Expect a pass play here, but we'll see what they can do. Yeah,
you start looking at 3rd and 18 from about your own 10-yard line. The playbook probably shrinks a little bit on this. You're probably thinking screen, something out, swing pass, get one of your backs that's pretty athletic out in the flat. It is a little bit of a pitch out to White. Nice. Bazin on the right-hand side. Oh, boy. Bazin picked up about 8 on the play, and, boy, he was a shoestring tackle away from picking up about 20. So thankfully, the positive is that HLV was able to move out of their own end zone a little bit on that play, and so now face 4th down and about 8 from their own 20. Cale Weisskup's going to drop back to kick, back to receive for the Tigers, number 21, London Franklin. So we'll see if Wisecup can flip the field here a little bit as HV, and it's going to be a fake. It was bobbled on the snap, and it looks like there could have been a face mask penalty. There's no flag,
No
Mike.
flag for the face mask.
Goodness. So bobbled snap on the play. It kind of bounced back to Wisecup. There was some room off the right end. Wisecup ends up coming up about 3 yards short. Looked at as if there was a face mask on the play. It wasn't called. Nonetheless, now New London takes over. 8 minutes, 45 seconds to go, first quarter. No score here from New London as New London's going to take over from the HLV 25. And Menke Bailey's going to drop back to pass this time. He's going to go deep, and the pass is nicely broken up there by Molinex. There were 2 receivers almost running side by side. I think someone probably ran the wrong route there, but great break up there by Molinex.
Yeah, absolutely. I would definitely agree. They had 2 guys right on top of each other there. Molinex made a heck of a play there, though.
Molinex runs stride for stride with the receiver down the middle of the field, and Molinex coming in about 6'1", maybe 6'2" himself, has some good size for a corner, especially in 8-man football. So now 2nd down and 10. And it's going to be another direct snap to Westerbeck, and Westerbeck is going nowhere. Westerdale and Cale Wisecup are both converging on Westerbeck. No room off the left-hand side. He'll actually lose a yard. So now 3rd down and 11. 8.5 to go here, first quarter, as New London takes over after the bobbled punt from HLV. So New London now really desperate to get some points on the board, you've got to think, after getting the ball deep in HLV territory. 3rd and 11 now. The snap will go back to Menke Bailey. He drops back. Some pressure off the right-hand side. Again pressure. Devin Wisecup with some pressure. He's going to float to the right-hand side, and he finds a man.
Yeah, unfortunate on that one. That's one of those ones where you just hope you get a little bit more pressure. Receiver just came across the field, got open, and we kind of just lost him there.
Absolutely. Kudos to Menke Bailey there. Created a ton of time for himself. The protection was okay. Devin Wisecup had some pressure off the right-hand offensive side, but after forcing Menke Bailey out of the pocket, he was able to find a pickup of about 15 there on 3rd down. So now first down 10 at about the 11. It's going to be a run off to the right-hand side. Missed tackle there by Bazin, but Cale Wisecup cleans up the play. So Menke Bailey tries to run off the left-hand side, and he's quickly corralled there by both Bazin and Cale Wisecup. So 2nd down, and we'll call it 9 from the HLV 10. 7 minutes, 35 seconds to go here, first quarter. No score as HLV has traveled to Southeast Iowa to play the New London Tigers here this evening. This is New London's 2nd drive of the game after punting and going 3 and out on their first drive. And it'll be a direct snap again to Franklin. He's off to the right side. A little bit more real estate there.
Yeah, they opened up a good hole there for him that time. Not much the Warriors could do. I think they got taken off the ball pretty good there. Probably 4 or 5 yard hold run through there. So
a really unique kind of almost a T formation, in 11-man football setup where the center is kind of direct snapping to any of the 3 men back there between Franklin, Westerbeck, and Menke Bailey. And so Franklin on that play really had 2 additional lead blockers. So Franklin now will be in the shotgun. He's going to get a direct snap out of the Wildcat, and he's in for a touchdown. So after the bobbled punt and giving the ball to the Tigers at the Warrior 45, New London's able to punch it in on about a 6-yard run from number 21 London Franklin, and New London crosses the goal line first, is on the scoreboard, 6-0. Out for the extra point for New London, number 11 Colin Peeler, the senior. Snap's good. Kick is up, and it looks like it was blocked, and so the extra point is no good. So after taking over on a short field, New London is able to punch in on their 2nd drive of the game, and now it's HLV's turn to try and crack the scoreboard themselves. We've got 6-0 New London after about 6 minutes of play here. 6 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. First quarter at New London High School. HLV is going to return or get the kickoff here in just a moment.
Yeah, look, while we have a break here, we'll take a couple more minutes to thank a couple more sponsors here. The Warrior Booster Club is proud to support HLV Athletics. Getting involved with the Booster Club is a great way to show your support for HLV.
And again, wanted to thank Danny Davis and Sportscast Media, HLV's athletic director Bo Jack, Mark Tegler's principal at HLV, and Superintendent Brad Hohensee. This has been a great thing to bring along to all of you folks listening back home, whether you're in the Victor area, the Thornburg area, or somewhere in between. It's been kind of a fun thing to listen to over the weeks, and again, kudos to Kyle Shaw and his crew for doing a nice job here the first 5 weeks, and we're happy to fill in for them here this Friday as we made the trip to New London High School. So here's the kickoff. Weiskup and Bazin back deep in it. So all of a sudden New London says, "Okay, HLV, you want an onside kick, the first kick of the game? We're going to come out and do our own." Thankfully unsuccessful. Recovered there by Landon Ankrum with the good hands on the play. Simply covered the ball, and so now it's HLV's turn. Finally, with a little bit of field position of their own, and they're going to start at their own 36-yard line. Their third drive of the game. Yeah,
I expect some more run game here. New London came back, created some good holes on that last drive there, and let's see if the Warriors can do the same thing here.
So Gorsh back in the shotgun. Bobbled snap there. It looked like it was maybe a bit of a read option. Some miscommunication between Weiskup and Gorsh, and thankfully, I guess for the Warriors, they were able to fall on the ball. A loss of about 4 on the play. Could have been much worse, but boy, you've got to think that the Warriors, Keegan Gorsh and Kevin Smith calling plays, was really hoping to get a bit of a chunk yardage play there on first down, get ahead of the chains here, which HLV has not managed to do so far tonight. So Gorsh again in the shotgun. We'll call it second down and 14. Gorsh drops back. He's got Weiskup off the left-hand flat, and Weiskup catches the ball off the left-hand flat. He's corralled there after a gain of, looks like maybe 9-10 yards, so a nice pickup. Okay, quick hitter. Gorsh was given good time by that offensive line. Reed, Westerdale, and Weiskup up front doing a good job, and so now HLV kind of finally on the plus side of that of the chains here, looking at about a third down and 3.
Yeah, real great play there. The receivers there just ran a cross route against each other, came open there on the sideline and made a good pass.
Get Gorsh a little bit of momentum, get his feet under him a little bit after no completions that first drive. It's going to be a handoff to Bazin off the right-hand side, and Bazin is met in the backfield. Okay, a really tough tackle there by, looks like that was number 55, Carter Adams on the play, so about a loss of 1, maybe 2. So from 3rd and 3 to 4th and 5 now, and it's decision time for the Warriors. So right at midfield here, as Molnex is going to run off, McCullough and Ankrum now come on. We'll see if the Warriors are going to roll the dice and go for it here in 4th down. It looks like
we're lining up for a punt formation, but we were a little tight there.
And I suppose, right, we've been in a hole all night long. Maybe flip the field. Let's see what.
Got a little bit of motion here.
Looks like he was offsides.
Yeah. I think we got a defensive offsides here.
Maybe a free first down, which the Warriors would take in a heartbeat.
Yeah, they came out there. I don't know if they've been doing that all year, but they came out in a tight punt formation, motioned out a couple guys to both sides, kind of left the field wide open. It was kind of interesting play there. I was curious to see what was going to play out.
And you've got to wonder if the motion, kind of threw New London for a loop. If that was something where, I guess having attended most of HLV's game, I have not seen that formation yet this year, and so I would assume New London hadn't on tape as well. So New London got a little antsy, gave the Warriors a free first down. So now let's take advantage of her. So now HLV 1st and 10 from the New London 34. Gorsh again in the shotgun, and again a little bit of a miscommunication in the backfield, and Weiskup is stopped for about a 2-yard loss. Something just has not been clicking in the backfield so far tonight.
Yeah, they're definitely not on the same page in the backfield right now. That's 2 or 3 plays now we've seen where either turning wrong ways or maybe thinking something different there. It looked like it was actually going to be some kind of counter back this way towards us, but handoff didn't happen there. So
yeah. Nevertheless, 2nd down and 13 now. HLV with the ball at the New London 36. Gorsh gets the ball. He's going to drop back to pass. He's got what a play!
What a play! That was great play by Gavin Mankey Bailey there.
Heck of a play. He had roared out on the right flat, and Mankey Bailey, it would have been a gain of at least 5, maybe 7 yards as he was heading out of bounds. And Mankey Bailey, with a heck of a defensive effort there to knock the ball down, and honestly almost came down with the interception.
Yeah,
absolutely.
To boot. That was a very impressive play on his part.
So 3rd down now in 13. HLV again behind the chains here. Let's see if the Warriors can get can get a little bit of positive momentum here. Offense has been a little slow going here early on for the Warriors. Gorsh is going to drop back. He's got some early pressure. He does able to roll out to the left-hand side. He's going to go deep to Rorda, deep to Molinex. And Molinex, the 6'2" wideout, able to come down with the reception at the 5-yard line. Wow. Maybe that'll jumpstart the Warrior offense finally.
They needed that one there. He knows it's kind of a flood play to the HLV side of the field there. Kind of got in a scramble situation, threw up the ball, and that was a heck of a catch there by Molinex.
So Gorsh showing the arm strength there after about a 30-yard completion down the left-hand side, right as Saxon said, in front of the Warrior bench. So now it's 1st and goal, Warriors at about the 5. Gorsh is in the shotgun with Hunter Bays, and it's going to be a quick hit out to the right-hand side. He's going to be in for a touchdown. Touchdown, Warriors. Touchdown, HLV, and they are back on the board. So after the long completion down the left-hand side to Molinex is again kind of hit for a wide receiver screen. Great blocking by, it looked like, Wisecup, and I think Rorda was also out on the kind of the wide out screen. Molinex was able to slip in behind them on the play, and so after about 9 minutes of play, 33 minutes to go first half, the Warriors have tied the game at 6 and now line up for a 2-point conversion. Looks like maybe a wildcat formation here with Wisecup, Bazin, and Ankrum kind of all in the backfield. Looked like there was possibly some motion.
Yeah,
yes,
I'm
there
not
was.
sure we were set there.
Kind of a oopsie. I meant to lean forward. No, I didn't. And the refs did pick it up. So a retry here as the Warriors have gone for 2 all season long. So they'll now try for 2 from the 8. Again, after the Molinex touchdown reception, back-to-back receptions by Molinex, and the second one leading to a touchdown. So you've got to figure probably Gorsh is back in the shotgun for this 2-point try here.
They've had some success through the air this drive, so hopefully we can put one in here for 2 as well.
Yeah, got Molinex, Wisecup, and Bazin split out to the right-hand side. Gorsh is flush to the right. He's not even able to get the pass off. So there was immediate pressure. Looked like the Warriors were trying to flood the right-hand side here with 2 in the flat. Excuse me, and Molinex kind of going the deep corner, but Gorsh simply didn't have time to complete the pass. However, HLV has now cracked the scoreboard, and with 3:12 left in the first quarter, we've got a score of 6-6 coming from New London High School as the Warriors have now tied the game up on a deep a deep reception by Molinex. Very next play, go right back to Molinex on a wide receiver screen. And we'll see if finally this game can kind of settle in. Boy, it's kind of been herky-jerky, goofy plays, a bobble, 2 onside kicks already with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. So maybe we'll see if this game can kind of find a little rhythm here.
Yeah, I think this is one of those games. You got both teams coming out with fire. You got New London coming in. It's their homecoming. They're fired up. They did the King and Queen presentation here right before the game started. Actually, their quarterback and leading rusher, I believe, passer as well, Gavin Mankey Bailey, won the King, so he was going to be fired up going into tonight. But HLV comes out with the onside kick, saying, "Hey, we're going to set the tone early as well. We're here to play, so let's do it." But hopefully both teams are settling in here, and looking forward to a good football game from here.
Yeah, good point. So now as HLV sets to kick off with Landon Ankrum, we'll see if they kick it deep, and it is kind of another squibber. And I don't think that was intended to be an onside. That was a squib kick. It's kind of gone wrong. So recovered right at midfield after. The squib kick doesn't really kind of do its job. So, again, New London's going to start right at about midfield, right? And this time they actually are right at the 40. So, a tie ball game, 6-6 toward the end part of the first quarter as the Tigers now are back on offense with Mankey Bailey in the shotgun, joined by Franklin and Westerbeck.
Oh, looked like there was start there.
Yeah, there was movement on the right-hand side.
It looks like New London's found something with this formation. I noticed on the first drive they came out with, they went 4 different formations to start the game. Now they've kind of come back to this traditional, like you said, what you consider a T formation, in the 11-man game. And I find it interesting. You made this comment earlier as well. All of backs in the backfield actually put their hands up every single time, so you never know who the ball's actually going to get snapped to. And they do a lot of direct snaps to different players back there. So.
Definitely, trying to, I guess, the art of confusion, I suppose. But this time it will be Mankey Bailey back to his pass. And he's under pressure by Wisecup and Westerdale. He throws kind of a ball up for grabs along the left-hand side. Kale Weiskup actually came close to making a diving interception. Great pressure by Weiskup and Westerdale, both on the play. I'm not really sure there was anyone in the area. So now second down. It looks like it'll be second down and 15. New London from their own 35. Again, 3 minutes to go, first quarter. Tie ball game here at 6 apiece after both teams have cracked the scoreboard here in the first quarter. New London with the ball, 3 minutes to go. Franklin now the only one in the backfield. It's going to be a keeper all the way. He finds a little bit of hole off the right-hand side, tackled there by, looks like Easton Crum again on the play. Picks up the penalty yardage, but it's still now 3rd and 10 for the Tigers.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be interesting what they come out here with. They've ran a couple pass plays, had success with the run a little bit. I'm more curious what the formation's going to look like here. I am curious too. I see who was that? Franklin. He seems to get off the ball pretty quick every single time.
And Franklin is again off the right-hand side, and to be honest, I was kind of shocked they even went to that pass on 1st and 15. They've really been getting about 5-6 yards every play, especially with Franklin. On that play, on 3rd down and about 11 on that play, he was able to pick up about 4. Nonetheless, 4th and 7, 4th and 8 comes up for the Tigers. It looks like they're going to have to punt. So back deep to receive for the Warriors is Bazin. And New London will kick it deep. We'll see if Bazin's able to get to it, and they kick away from him. So Bazin has proven throughout the season that both he and Weiskup have been quite a return threat, and New London simply on that play wanted nothing to do with it. So they actually kicked the ball out of bounds. Looks like the refs are still maybe spotting it here.
We're going to be
maybe
around 21, 22-ish.
Looks like they're going to.
Right at the 20.
They're going to agree that it was the 20. So HLV takes over at their own 20-yard line after scoring on their last possession and now getting a quick 3-and-out by that defense. Let's see if HLV can, as we mentioned here a little bit ago, settle in offensively. Looks like Weiskup's actually back in the Wildcat formation. Base is now in motion. It's going to be Weiskup through the hole first. He's got some blocks off the right-hand side, but simply just wasn't able to get much traction there. Pickup of about 2 before he was forced out of bounds there by both Westerbeck and Mankey Bailey on the play. But at least, I guess, as the first, 3 drives have gone, at least we've got positive yards on first down. However, there is a penalty flag on the play.
Missed that one there.
No gain on the play, brings up 2nd down and 10.
Oh, on HLV.
Okay, signaled the wrong way initially, I guess.
Yeah, to your point, Dick, I would agree. That was a pretty successful play relative to where we've started on first down. There was a really good hole there for him. He just ran out of room on this side of the field. I will give credit to New London. They are flowing to the ball very, very quickly tonight. I think that's also what helped a little bit on the touchdown pass, the quick pass, get it out, get going.
Great point. Compared to some of the sizes we've seen recently with Waco and the like, New London is a much leaner team, but much more probably athletic at position by position than we've maybe seen the last 2 weeks. So on that play, it looks like it was a handoff to. Was that to Ankrum right up the middle? I believe it was Ankrum right up the middle. So picks up the penalty yard and one more. So now 2nd down and 9 on the play as HLV tries to get out of the shot of their own end zone here on this third offensive drive of the game. Gorsh now back in at quarterback in the shotgun. Bazin behind him. It's going to be a pitch off to the right-hand side, and there's going to be a penalty flag before the play even gets started. So we've got motion of some kind here by the Warriors. And as we kind of mentioned a little bit in the pregame, some of those self-inflicted penalties have reared their ugly heads at inopportune times. And this, you got to feel like, boy, that could be another one there. 2nd down and 9. Bazin was going to go off the right-hand side there, and play was stopped by motion or by movement before the snap. So 2nd down and 14 now for the Warriors. We'll see if they put Gorsh back in shotgun or they go back to the Wildcat. It looks like Gorsh is going to be in the gun again. So 2nd down and 14, 1 minute, 11 seconds to go. First quarter, 6-6 ball game here at New London High School. Handoff's going to be to Bazin on the draw. He goes off the left-hand side, broke one shoelace tackle, but wasn't able to get any more. Picks up about 1.5 yards on the play. So now 3rd down and call it 12 from the HLV 17. 50 seconds to go first quarter as the clock is running, and a 6-6 ball game, 3rd down and 12. So again, HLV's kind of in that spot where at least pick up some positive yardage to help flip that field again. It seems like the entire football game has been played on this half of the field so far. Snaps back to Gorsuch. Pressure off the left side. It's going to be a screenplay to Bazin. Oh, he had 3 blockers in front of him. The pass was a little high. Bazin had to leave his feet to make the play and just couldn't get his footing underneath him.
Yeah, that one's unfortunate. He had, he catches that, makes a clean catch, turns around. He's got 3 blockers ahead of him and nothing but open field from there. So that could have been a big play for the Warriors right there. Missed opportunity for sure. First
down for sure on the play. So after a gain of about 4, HLV is going to set up in a punt formation, 4th down and 8, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. So after 1 quarter of play, we talked about kind of some of the playmakers leading into it, and we've kind of seen all those similar names and faces make those plays early in the first quarter, but nonetheless, 6-6 ball game here after 1 quarter in New London. We're going to take a quick break here as we're going to flip the field as HLV sets up to punt deep in their own end zone. New London set to receive here this 4th down punt.
Yeah, while we go through this break, we'll take another moment to thank our sponsors, Blady Law Office and Victor. Championships HLV students to be the best they can. Blady Law Office and Victor supports all our student athletes in the community. Keystone Savings Bank is proud to support HLV students on and off the field. Everyone at Keystone Savings Bank says, "Go Warriors." Cooperative Telephone Company is happy to sponsor the WarriorCast and would like to wish the football team a great remainder of the season. Kiesel Brothers Seeds is your local decal and Asgrow hybrid dealer. Kiesel Brothers Seeds supports all of our HLV students and athletes. S&S Appliance and Mattress is your authorized dealer for Whirlpool, GE, and Speed Queen. Call their Victor or Grinnell locations.
So quick thanks to all those local sponsors who have helped bring this WarriorCast broadcast to all of you every Friday night as Cale Weiss comes back deep to kick, kind of a squibber off the left-hand side. Hopefully gets a good bounce.
It did not.
It did not.
That one came off his foot weird. Wasn't the punt we were looking for, and then to boot, it goes against us on the bounce there, unfortunately. So great starting field position again for New London.
Is this New London's 4th possession of the ball game already? And they have literally started at midfield or in HLV territory on every possession. Thankfully, the Warrior defense has come up pretty big so far. But boy, we can't keep leaning on the defense to continue to work. Keep New London out of the end zone on such a short field. It's going to be Franklin off the left hand side. He's got a gaping hole up the middle. Weiskup and Molinex are there to bring him down at about the 18, but boy, there was a gaping hole on that play for Franklin.
That's probably the biggest hole we've seen all night out of either team. I don't think he was touched, but well into the 6 or 7 yards down the field. Good play by New London there. Got to give them credit where credit's due. Good run, and looked like they did throw a flag, but now they are picking it up there, so no flag on the play.
Mitchell Tice just actually handed us some rushing stats here early on the game. After 1 quarter, New London had 22 rush yards, but they played on such a short field. They've actually still moved the ball. A 20-yard pickup there is going to add to that total. So now Franklin again in the gun. He's going to go up the middle this time, and a nice stop there by Bazin, Weiskup, Westerdale, Crum in on the play. So a much better job kind of containing and bottling up that middle. As you were saying just last possession, Saxon, that they really seem to find something with Franklin in the backfield and just kind of that direct run.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like it's either off the right side or right up the middle pretty much for them. But, they've found success with that, and it looks like they're going to keep going to it. Back to the T formation here. So may get away from Franklin, but nonetheless, I expect there still to be some kind of run.
2nd down and 8 here. A snap is a little bit high. Menke Bailey does bring it down. Menke Bailey gets through 1 tackle, but Molinex is there to clean up. So Menke Bailey makes a tough catch on a shotgun snap that was a little high, bobbles it, is able to get forward for 2 yards, but thankfully Levi Molinex comes up to clean up the play. The second leading tackle on the season for the Warriors with 34 on the season, makes a nice sound defensive tackle there on 2nd and 8. So now New London 3rd down and 6, deep in HLV's territory after a kind of a short punt goes out of bounds. So 3rd and 6 from the HLV 14. Again, that T formation. Looked like Franklin left a little early there. It's going to be an option off the left-hand side.
Oh, nice play.
Nice cleanup there by both Weiskup, and I think that was Molinex again. No, Sean McCullough on the play. So Weiskup and McCullough clean up the tackle. So now 4th down and 2. You've got to figure that I don't know, with some of the gambles that New London has already taken, you've got to assume that this is a pretty easy decision. They're gonna go for it here.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't expect anything other than to see a run probably off the right side. But to your point, I've continued to see Franklin lean forward almost every play. I'm surprised nothing's been called yet. Looks like he's getting a little bit of an early lead every single play.
And as athletic as that young man is, I don't know that he needs any help. And then,
nice
as we speak, it's going to be a run off the left-hand side, a great spin play, and then Franklin is into the end zone. So New London has clearly found something with number 21, London Franklin, the junior running back, as HLV has got a steady dose of him here on the last 3+ drives, and Franklin able to get in from about 9 yards out on that play. So now New London takes the lead back, 12-6, 9 minutes, 30 seconds to go here, second quarter from New London, and New London's going to line up for 2 here on this try. This one's going to be a keeper to Mankey Bailey, and it looks like the Warriors have him bottled up. So it looks like both Bazin and Devin Weiskup in on that stop, able to keep the 2-point try out. But New London has really found something going with number 21, the junior London Franklin, has really been eating up yards at a heavy clip currently.
Yeah, and it kind of comes out of surprise to me, to be honest with you. You know, we saw some of the stats a little bit earlier. You see where Gavin Mankey Bailey's really been their rushing leader, passing leader, you know, kind of all over the board. I expected to see more of him tonight, but Franklin's been the dominant guy for sure for them.
And, you know, coming into the game, New London's only played 4 games to our HLV TC's 5, and so you wonder if the stats are a touch skewed because of that. But Mankey Bailey has, you know, almost 100 more yards on the ground than Franklin does. But they've clearly found something here this evening. So as New London readies for the kickoff, as both, it looks like it'll be Weiskup and Bazin back deep. Let's see if the Warriors can get a little bit of momentum here. As New London tried the onside kick their last try, let's see if they decide to kick deep or they're going to try some sort of squib down the middle. And they are going to kick it deep. So this ball is going to go deep into the end zone. So a touchback, and HLV will start from their own 15. So needing an answer, HLV is going to trot back out on offense, trailing 12-6, 9.5 minutes to go, second quarter, as we are coming to you from New London High School. Again this Friday night, wanted to again thank Danny Davis and Sportscast Media here for helping bring this broadcast to all of you back home. As Nick Bloom here and Saxon Van Buren, Mitch Tice doing stats, are kind of filling in for Kyle Shaw and the crew here this evening as HB is now over the ball, trailing 6-12. Early second quarter. It's going to be a quick pitch out to Levi Molinex, and Keegan Gorsh gets yet another completion out to Molinex. Pickup of about 12 on first down.
Yeah, and what I'm seeing out there, Nick, is New London's willing to give up the short pass play. They're keeping tight. They're keeping their backers in tight on the ball. They definitely want to focus on the run, which, like we talked about in the pregame, you know, that's always been Coach Smith's bread and butter. You know, is develop or come off the run and build your pass off that. But you can definitely tell they're committed to stopping the run for the Warriors tonight.
And so as we talked on the other side, where New London had kind of found something with London Franklin, maybe HLV has really found something here with Molinex and Gorsh. And it's going to be a counter off the left-hand side. Ooh, Cale Weiskup picks up about 5, was close to breaking that one down the left side for something much bigger. But
that's a successful play on first down for us, though. That's a very good play for us. You know, the handoffs all went well. Blocks were set up for this side, so that's a good opening, you know, play for them to come out on that first down and finally get some yards there.
That's a great point. So second down, maybe 6, as HLV's now at their 31-yard line. Gorsh again in the shotgun, and he's going to roll out to the right. It looks like it's a keeper all the way. Weiskup out in front, getting a good block. We've got a penalty flag coming in. You've got to worry if that's a hold from where it was thrown, but
not many other options for where that flag was thrown at,
no.
Unfortunately. Holding on the offense, yep. So unfortunate again, you know, we have a good play on first down there. You know, we come back, having really great run again on second down, end up with a holding call. We're kind of shooting ourselves in the foot here, moving backwards, unfortunately.
Wanted to give a quick shout out to folks tuning in currently across the WarriorCast, Norwalk, Connecticut, tuning in, Livonia, Georgia, as well as looks like Eureka, Illinois, currently tuned in. Saxon, we might have a gig after this, buddy. Just hang tight, pal.
You know, we joked about it earlier this week, but I wouldn't be surprised if ESPN approaches us after this.
Second down and 11 now as HLV tries to move back in the positive direction. Gorsh again in the shotgun. It's going to be a quick screen off the right-hand side, and Weiskup has a ton of green grass. He's off the left-hand side. Looks like a face mask on the play, and let's hope that's what they call.
Yes.
So a quick screen off to Weiskup on the right-hand side. Picks up about 14. And let's see what the penalty flag is for.
Oh, it's on.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Another flag on the Warriors there. That's unfortunate. That play was set up great. I love the call. New London's been aggressive. They're trying to stop the run. Had it set up perfectly for the screen. Great gain on it. And again, just penalties coming back to bite us. It was at the end of the run though, so at least we don't go all the way back. You know, we're there for second down here, but. Yeah, we gotta figure out a way to stop the penalties.
So now a 5-yard walk-off from the end of the run will bring up a redo of second down and 3 with Gorsh again in the backfield, joined there by Bazin. Gorsh is going to drop back, and he's got a man wide open down the right hand side. Yeah, he's got Weiskup. He's got Weiskup for about a 45-yard touchdown pass. And so HLV goes back to the air. I'm not sure if there was a miscommunication. There was honestly no one within 15 yards of him when he caught that pass.
Yeah, it looked like he just kind of snuck out there and just all by himself. Nobody from New London was by him at all.
You know,
great play.
And those are those plays where, you know, the ball seems like it's never going to get to you, you know, as a wideout. Not having caught many touchdowns myself, but one at one time playing for Coach Smith. But you know you're literally the only person out there. So Gorsh delivers a great pass to Cale Weiskup down the right hand side, a 45-yard touchdown reception. Now HLV lines up for 2 to try and take the lead. Gorsh is again drops back deep, and it looks like he's got Mullinex, and it's good.
Good.
So after it has kind of felt like HLVTC has kind of spun their wheels for long portions of this first half. You look up on the scoreboard, and after 2 touchdown passes, HLV now takes their first lead of the ball game, 14-12. Here at New London, 7 minutes, 27 seconds left to go in second quarter. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to some folks tuned in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Some more familiar names to probably most of us. We've got folks in Brooklyn, Des Moines, Minneapolis tuned in, Davenport, Cedar Rapids, Montezuma, South English, Urbandale, Victor, West Des Moines, and Winfield as well. So a real thank you to all of you that have decided to tune into the WarriorCast here this evening on a beautiful Friday night here from New London. As HLV has traveled down here to Southeast Iowa for New London's homecoming night. With 7 minutes, 27 seconds left to go in the second quarter, HLV has just, again, got on the scoreboard on a 45-yard touchdown pass from Keegan Gorsh to Cale Weiskup. 2-point conversion was good to Mullinex. And now Sean McCullough lines up to kick. And, again, a squibber. It actually hits off a New London player, but kind of dies dead there. However, for the first time all night, New London is actually starting on their half of the field.
Yeah, that's a great change of pace for the way the games went. I didn't notice this earlier, but Franklin's actually the deep guy there, so that makes sense why they're actually kicking a squib kick there, because I doubt Kevin wants to put the ball into Franklin's hand any more than he has to. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've seen a real steady dose of him on the offensive side, that's for sure. And actually, number 78, Kevin Smith, is making his first appearance on the D-line here tonight as they're trying to find a way to clog that middle a little bit, as New London has really found some success there. And this time it was a keeper by Menke Bailey, a gain of about 2, brings up second down and 8. And let's see if HLV can find a way to clog a hole or two right up that middle that New London has really found a ton of success here recently.
Yeah, absolutely, and that was one of the first times in the last couple drives I've seen HLV actually clog up the hole from the get-go. You know, we handled the penetration well, and stuffed it really at the line. So pretty big win for the Warriors on first down there.
Okay, so Now 2nd down and 8 here for New London. And it's again going to be Mickey Bailey off the right-hand side, who actually breaks 2 tackles, and he's going to be right up next to the first down marker. Finally brought down by, looked like Devin Weiskup and Kevin Smith there on the tackle. So now after a steady dose of Franklin, Mickey Bailey with back-to-back carries, and it looks like they're going to give New London the first down. So right at midfield, New London again on the move. So at the 40-yard line, it'll now be 1st and 10. 6 minutes, 20 seconds to go here from New London, with the Warriors leading 14-12 as New London, and we've got an official stoppage here.
Maybe a measurement coming here potentially.
Good call. Yeah, maybe the HLV staff was saying, now hold on, let's, before we just start marching off a first down. It looks maybe a touch short here. So
yeah, they are gonna leave it here at 3rd down.
So
here we go. Here they're bringing the chains out finally now. A little bit of confusion there, to be honest. That's but we're gonna measure it out, see where we land here. You know, on that last play, you pounded the rock now inside. That's the first time I've really seen him come back outside. You know, unfortunately, we read it well, come off the D end. Our D end stayed home there. You know, he just ended up cutting it right inside of our D end and made some uphill, or went up the field from there. So kudos to him on that. But, you know, we got to find a way to stop him here.
So after the measurement, it was a first down there for New London. So 1st down and 10, 6 minutes, 15 seconds, and rolling as Franklin is again in the gun, and he's going to have a direct snap and a great fill there by Hunter Bazin and Cale Weiskup. I think those two had seen maybe plenty of London Franklin running all over them.
Absolutely. And again, I'm still seeing the leaning forward here tonight. I cannot get over this yet. You know, it's one of those things that he's just a tad early going ahead of the snap, and one of these times it might actually end up hurting him because the snaps have been high tonight.
I know at home you can't necessarily see him, but he appears to be about a 6 foot tall, really lean athlete, and in space he's been a problem. So let's not give him a head start. So 2nd down and 7 as it's again Franklin off the right hand side. Great penetration and fill there by both Sean McCullough, Levi Molinex, and number 6 Hunter Bazin. Also at the bottom of the pile, I believe that was. Who was that? Devin Weiskup also in on the play. So a gain of about 1. We'll bring up 3rd down and call it 6 from the HLV 37. Boy, if HLV could get a stop here, force a punt, and maybe get another score here before half, as the clock now clicks down to 5 minutes to go, 2nd quarter, with HLV TC leading 14-12. 3rd down and 6 as the snap's going to go back to Mickey Bailey, and for one of the first times all night, he's going to drop back and pass, and it was too high and too hot. Boy, he actually had a crosser on the play, number 25, Israel Lemley, who had space. First down for sure, and then some. The pass was too high, a little bit out of reach, and the Warriors dodged a bullet on that 3rd down play.
They really did, yeah. New London ran a good formation out of that. They sent 2 guys deep, kind of cleared out the entire field, and Lemley just kind of ran an underneath route. They couldn't hit it, luckily for the Warriors, and so it brings up 4th down here.
So back deep to punt, and it's a high snap, and it's going over the punter's head. The punter simply has to fall on the ball at his own 21. Saxon, as we had just mentioned,
we got a flag on the play too.
High snaps has been kind of the name of the game here this evening for New London. Looks like it was an illegal formation by New London. As again we have a conference. No, a hold. So after the snap goes over the punter's head, there was a holding call, which is clearly going to be declined, and HLV finally gets to start on the New London side of the field after being deep in their own end for really most of the night.
Yeah, great starting field position for the Warriors. This is exactly what they needed. You know, they've been starting kind of behind the gun most of the night. They've actually been, you know, for as good as New London started all night, HLV's pretty much been around their starting point, is, I would say, our 20-yard line, to be honest with you. So this is by far the best starting field position for the Warriors tonight. Let's hope that they can take advantage of it here.
So HLVTC starts at their own the New London 23, 1st and 10. Gorsh drops back in the gun. He's got Molinex on a crosser again.
Nice.
And the 2 New London defensive players simply take themselves out, and Levi Molinex is in for a 22-yard touchdown pass from Gorsh, and the Warriors are now up 20-12 here at New London.
Yeah, the Warriors have found something there in the passing game. The short passing game, like we talked about, the New London's keeping their backs in tight. It's opening up possibilities for the Warriors to get out quickly, make open passes, and you know, the crossing routes are helping. little bit of confusion on the New London side there, but great play by the Warriors.
So New London clearly in a man defense there. The crossing route got the two New London defenders tangled up. They took each other out on the play, and again a busted coverage leads to a walk-in touchdown from the HLV receivers. And now it's Gorsh dropping back for two. He's going to try to run off the right-hand side, breaks one tackle, but he comes up a little bit short. I'm not completely sure that was a designed keeper, but nonetheless, trying to go off the right-hand side, comes up a little bit short. However, after another touchdown pass from Gorsh to Molinex, this is their second connection of the evening. HLV now leads 20-12. 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go here from New London. We'll take a quick break, get it over to Saxon to thank our sponsors.
Yeah, we'll take another couple of our sponsors here. Hartwick Ag is your authorized dealer for MacDon products and more. Need a repair? Hartwick Ag repairs all sorts of makes and models on implements. Stoll Construction can build, remodel, or repair your next big project. Stoll Construction is a supporter of our HLV athletes. Hardin Brothers Propane can fill your residential and grain drying propane needs. Best of luck to the Warriors. Tim Electric looks forward to an electric season for the Warriors. The folks at Tim Electric say, let's go Warriors. Primetime Seed is your local Pioneer dealer. Please see Jared Hirschberg for your Pioneer Seed needs.
So after Keegan Gorsh's third touchdown pass of the evening, 2 to Molinex, 1 to Cale Weiskup, HLV again lines up to kick, and this time Ankrum does kick deep, and it is gathered there by London Franklin, and he's got space. He's got all sorts of space, and he is going to take it back for a kick return for touchdown, as the HLV return team simply was not able to gather Franklin, as it appeared they had him stopped at about the 30. Franklin busts through two missed tackles, and the quick strike answer there by New London, and they're right back in this thing now, trailing 20-18.
Yeah, I think that's what you were looking for Coach Smith to try to avoid all night. You know, like we've talked about over and over again, Franklin's a heck of an athlete. You get him in space, he's going to make plays. He's fast, he runs well, so good play by him. Good response by New London there. Hopefully HLB can keep him out here for the 2-point.
So back in the gun for the 2-point conversion is Franklin. He's going to try and go off the left-hand side. Gets past one would-be tackler, and he's in. So kind of the do-it-all man here so far this evening for the Tigers. London Franklin not only returns the kick for a touchdown, but is also in for the 2-point conversion. And with 4 minutes, 27 seconds to go second quarter, we've got a tie ball game, 20-20 here in New London. And I
will say, what an electric game, though, Nick. I mean, we're having all kinds of excitement here tonight, to be honest with you.
You know, we couldn't come in for our first broadcast and find a 3-3 fist fight, I guess, but we're getting to call some incredibly exciting back and forth action here between the Tigers and Warriors. Again, coming here from New London High School on New London's homecoming night. We saw the homecoming festivities here before the game. The game ball brought in on a helicopter. And I guess all the fireworks beforehand, I suppose, has led to some fireworks on the field. 20-20, 4:27 left second quarter as New London readies to kick off deep. Both Bazin and Weiskup are deep to return for the Warriors.
Let that one go. Yep. Perfect.
And again, number 11, Colin Peeler, the senior kicker for New London, has proved to have quite a leg on him, as that one again goes to the back of the end zone. And so HLV now will start from their own 15, 1st and 10. And as we take a quick check on stats, one thing I don't think Saxon and I probably anticipated coming down this evening was that, you know, really almost no success on the ground for the Warriors to speak of. It's been Gorsh and that Gorsh to Molinex combo. Gorsh threw about a quarter and a half, 140 yards passing, and the junior seems to really have found his footing. 3 touchdown passes in the last 3 drives, and we'll see, I guess, if HLB can find some balance over with the run, or if if New London's, as you had mentioned, continuing to stack that line of scrimmage, if that passing game continues to be there.
Yeah, I'll be curious what they come out with here. You know, you kind of want to stick with what's working, right? You know, that's the thing. And if New London's going to give you that to you, you want to stay with those quick out routes and quick hits, and just keep taking whatever they're going to give you. You know, so I think they come out and just keep running that. and go from there. You try to introduce the run game back in. Obviously, I know Coach Smith wants to control the clock a little bit more here, but there's about 4.5 here left to go. Warriors receive the second half kick. I'd like to see them put a long drive together here, maybe score a touchdown and go into half, get the ball back here.
You bet. So Gorsh again in the gun, joined back there by Bazin. Weiskup flanked off to the right, and it's going to be a quick pitch to Bazin off the right-hand side. Weiskup with a nice block on the edge, and Bazin picks up about 6. So, with some of the slower hitting plays, the draws and the counters, we haven't seen a ton of success other than the one counter to Weiskup off the left-hand side. HLV went to kind of a quick pitch to Bazin, and Bazin was able to find some traction for about 6 off the right-hand side. 2nd down and 4 from the HLV 21. 4 minutes, 23 seconds to go here, second quarter. 20 to 20 ball game. Gorsh under center here. It's going to be handoff to Bazin again. Dodges 1 tackle, dodges 2. And boy, really, I probably should have lost a yard and ended up picking up 3.5, really almost 4, and is about a half yard short of a first down.
Yeah, he had a great run there. That really turned nothing into something. We lined up in that tight formation again. New London really stacked the box there. They got good penetration, hit him early, but he was able to spin off and make a pretty good play off of it.
There just has seemed to be kind of some consistent some confusion in the backfield when we've gone in that set for whatever reason, if it's something New London is formationally lining up as. But great effort there by Bazin to pick up the 3.5, 4. Brings up 3rd down or about a half a yard from the HLV 24.5. 3.5 minutes to go, clock running here in second quarter. Gorsh now in the shotgun. It's going to be a handoff to Weiskup. He's going to go off the left-hand side and simply puts his shoulder down, picks up about 3, and gets a first down. So, as we had mentioned, can HLV mount a little bit of a drive, put a little bit of pressure on this New London defense? We've had some big plays through the passing game, but really we haven't been able to kind of wear on them a little bit. As we mentioned earlier in the second quarter, this New London front and backers are a little bit more lean than we've seen in the last couple weeks. So you've got to figure, that Coach Smith and this offense would like to, kind of lean on them a little bit and make them feel Weiskup and Bazin. So it's going to be another quick handoff, and Bazin's got all sorts of room off the right-hand side. Oh, great fill there by number 5, Menke Bailey. As boy, a hole opened up on the counter, and oh boy, had he gotten the corner turned, Bazin with those wheels might have been going for a while. Pickup of about 4. Yeah,
that was good block there by everybody. They got the handoffs clean. Came across the field there, had a lot of open space, but defender made a heck of a play there. Hopefully they can keep running the ball like this, though. This is a good drive for running for them.
So 2nd down and 6. Gorsh again in the shotgun. Shotgun snaps comes, and Gorsh has all sorts of time. He's again trying to find that hot hand of Mullenix off the right-hand side.
Probably the best coverage I've seen all night out of New London right there. That I don't think Gorsh had any real option. Luckily, the guy, our guy was going out towards the sideline there, so he could kind of just throw it out there where only he could catch it, and luckily no harm, no foul there.
So the incompletion brings up a 3rd down and 7. 2.5 minutes to go, second quarter. Tie ball game here at New London. HLVTC 20, New London 20. So big 3rd down here from HLV's 31. You've got to figure if they can keep this clock going and keep the chains moving, probably feel good about going into half with at least a tie ball game. They're going to go across the middle, and it's a nice catch there by Rorda as he kind of actually had to turn around to make the catch. The ball was just a little behind him, so Rorda with the nice handed play. So pickup of about 10 on 3rd down and 7, and the HLV TC Warrior football drive continues.
Yeah, it was a nice play. The Warriors ran the kind of a flood play to their own sideline there, and Roar just kind of, he was running hard off the line, but then kind of just settled in there, luckily, because the ball was a little bit behind him. But great catch, great throw. First down for the Warriors there. So.
And let's give this offensive line a shout out too, because really Gorsh has had all sorts of time anytime he's dropped back to pass. So first down now and 10 now from the New London 39. Gorsh again back to pass. He's got some pressure up in his face. He had Mullenix wide open in the left flat and simply overthrew him. Another miscommunication by that New London secondary, and Mullenix had broken free. The pass simply a little too high and wide.
Yeah, unfortunate on that one. He had a ton of space if he could have got that ball. Probably looking at 6 there potentially. But overall, I like what I'm seeing still. You're still seeing the Warriors find the open area in the field in the passing game, so that's promising. We've developed a little run game here on this drive, so burn some time down on the clock, going into half. So overall, pretty good drive going so far.
Minute 38 to go here, second quarter. Gorsh is again in the zone, in the gun, and we've got a false start. So what had really kind of slowed HLV early with some penalties and some miscues had really we hadn't had a penalty in at least 2 drives, kind of rears its ugly head again. So now second down and 15 as the Warriors redo second down. They're now back on their side of the field at the HLV 36. 1 minute, 38 seconds to go here, second quarter. Gorsh again in the gun, joined in the backfield there by, looks like it's Bazin. Bazin misses a block. They blitzed off the left-hand side. We misread where the pressure was coming from, and Gorsh simply didn't have a shot. No, and wouldn't you know it, London Franklin on the sack. New London's kind of do-it-all man here so far this evening. So a loss of about 15. Yeah, about 15 on the play. So HLV is now going to be looking at third down, and
I think the scoreboard's wrong there, but I think it's going to be about third down and 25-ish here.
Yeah, third down, and we'll call it 25, as New London has now called a timeout to stop the clock, as they're thinking, hey, let's get the ball back and see if we can put our own 6 on the board before halftime. So third down and about 35. I guess they could have the board updated now. Third down and 30 officially for the Warriors, as you've got to figure HLV is simply going to look to make, some sort of, are you thinking screen here, are you thinking swing pass, are you thinking draw, something to get the clock rolling and force New London into a timeout and maybe break one for a big pickup, but probably at the least keep that clock rolling and make New London take another timeout.
Absolutely.
So Gorsh again in the shotgun. Third down, 35. Gorsh is going to drop it, and he's got actually Bazin down the left-hand side. Oh, boy, there was some hand fighting back and forth.
Just missed him there. Just missed him. That would have been a heck of a play. He threw a really great ball there, actually, only where his wide receiver could get it. Just unfortunate, just about a yard off there.
It was kind of a pump and go between Gorsh and Bazin on the play, and the D-back did bite, but just a touch overthrown. Pretty good coverage. I guess you can't fault the effort there after the night that Gorsh has had so far from the QB position. So Weiskup again back to punt. A high snap of our own gathered in by Weiskup, and it's going to be off the left-hand side, and Franklin gathers it there at about the 30, the 35, and he's tackled there finally at about the 37. There is a flag on the play, which has happened on almost every special teams play of the game, it seems.
Holding on New London.
Holding on New London. So after about a 7-8 yard return by Franklin, nullified by a holding penalty. So New London will be starting, looks like from,
should be about their 28 or so.
28,
20,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a minute 17 to go here, second quarter. 2020 ball game here between the New London Tigers and the HLV TC Warriors.
I will say that's a situation right there that did scare me a little bit. You come up, unfortunately, you miss the pass, you stop the clock there, you line up for a punt, and the first thing you see is Franklin back there for the punt return, just after a kickoff return, So fortunate for the Warriors, they had pretty good coverage there, honestly. So let's hope they can hunker down and hold them here.
So 1st and 10 New London from their own 27-yard line. Again, with that kind of T backfield lineup with both Westerbeck and
what do we got going on here?
Mankey Bailey, and they've got to burn a timeout. Oh, boy.
They actually have 9 guys on the field. That's why the wide receiver on our side of the field didn't know if he was supposed to be on the field or not, and it looked like they actually had 9 guys out there. They were trying to get him off the field. There was a little bit of miscommunication there, but New London ends up burning the timeout. and we'll give it a go again here.
So New London has to burn their final timeout of the first half, and boy, could that be costly as they're trying to make a final push here before halftime. 1 minute 16 to go, second quarter in a tie ball game at 20 apiece. Boy, that's not a place that you really want to have to burn a timeout before you've even ran a snap.
No, absolutely not. Good for the Warriors, though. I mean, if we're being honest, but hopefully the Warriors come out with a little bit of fire here. Like you said, they are coming back out in that T formation again. I expect them at some point in time to run that same play they did last time. Send Franklin up the middle and see if they can connect with him.
We'll see if the combination of Westerdale, Smith, and
Wisecup
can put some pressure on, and they've got number 25. Israel Lemley wide open on the right flat. He's clear across midfield. He's down across the 30 down to the 20 of HLV. So HLV had its own defensive miscue there on that play. There was some pressure late. Devin Wisecup applying some pressure there, but Menke Bailey found Lemley on the right flat for a gain of about 40.
Oh, okay, he spiked it there.
So
okay.
with no timeouts, as they were just forced to burn their final timeout of the half, New London simply had to spike the ball. So now second down and 10, 53 seconds to go, first half. New London again on the move. They're now facing second down and 10 from the HLV 20. So let's see if the HLV defense can move past a broken coverage, make a stand here right before halftime. Again, 20-20 ball game. HLV receives the second half kickoff. The snap will go again back to Menke Bailey, and there is some pressure on the right-hand side. Looks like I think we've got a holding penalty. Menke Bailey is actually in for a touchdown on the play. Let's hope that this is coming back for a hold, and it is.
Nick, that's 2 plays in a row now where they've taken Franklin and basically rushed him to one side of the field, and then they had either Lemley on the last play come to the short side here, or in that case, Menke Bailey just kind of took off to the open side of the field here.
So thankfully, the penalty will nullify the 20-yard touchdown run. A little bit troubling news is at the end of the play, making the tackle in the end zone was number 2, Levi Molinex, and Molinex is still down holding, it looks like an arm or a shoulder on the play. So a play that really meant nothing, and now Molinex down for the Warriors.
Yeah, not something we want to see. He's had a great night here so far. Hopefully he's all right. But, yeah, we got to find a way to stop him here. That's the big thing. We got 47 seconds left. I expect probably a similar play, honestly. They've come out, they've kind of cleared the field to the one way, and then either, just use the open space on the other side of the field to either find an open receiver or create its own play there. So, yeah.
With the penalty, it'll back New London up to the HLV 30. So second down and 20 upcoming. Again, at the end of that rushing play by Menke Bailey, Levi Molinex kind of tangled up at the end, is still down and being tended to here in the HLV end zone. We'll take a quick break here and thank a few of our sponsors for bringing the WarriorCast to all of you.
Yeah, thank you to Roars Brothers Fertilizer. Roars Brothers Fertilizer, your local partner in the field. They're committed to increasing your yields through custom fertilizer applications. Best of luck to the Warriors. WH Construction is there for all your concrete needs. WH Construction proudly supports all HLV athletics and this WarriorCast. County Bank has 6 locations to serve you: Sigourney, Hartwick, Deep River, Gibson, Montezuma, and Williamsburg. Your community partner, your community bank. And finally, the HLV Warrior Booster Club is proud to support the HLV athletics. Getting involved with the Booster Club is a great way to show your support for HLV.
Again, we'll give a quick shout out here as Molinex is now to his feet, favoring his right arm here.
It's not.
Yeah, there's.
Looks like they're going to take him directly off the field here, unfortunately.
Yeah. Thankfully to his feet and walking off the field under his own power, but going to be going straight off the field here before halftime to get checked out. So now with a new man in the backfield here in the defensive backfield for the Warriors, let's see if they can get communication and assignments correct as New London's coming out now. 2nd down and 20 from the HLV 30-yard line. It's going to be Makey Bailey. He's going to be off throwing the ball off to the right-hand side. Tackled there by McCullough.
And that was actually Logan Franklin. So I wonder if those two are brothers there.
So the Franklins having a lot of success here.
They're huddling up here late. Clock still running.
28 seconds and running. 3rd down now and 6 for New London.
Wow.
Makey Bailey again back to pass, and he's going to be brought down there by Weiskup. Devin Weiskup. Looks like I couldn't see
and they
who
can't
else
stop
was
the
in
clock
on the
here.
play.
So
they have no way of stopping the clock. 4th down coming up. 8 seconds and clock running. 5 seconds. 4, 3. They are able to get the snap off. So final play of the first half. Makey Bailey drops back. He's going to go to the corner to Franklin and simply throws it out of the end zone. So the Warriors dodge a huge bullet after an injury, bringing in a new player. Some miscommunication on 2nd down. New London again threatens, but is turned away as the first half clock runs out. And so as we go into halftime here from New London High School, HLVTC 20, New London 20, as we will kind of take a sec to gather ourselves, update on stats a little bit here, and kind of get ready for second half action.
We welcome back to the field the 2024 New London Tiger Marching Band for tonight's homecoming halftime. Our alumni and guests will be on a tour of the decades. First, the graduating classes of the 50s, written and recorded by Bill Haley and the Collins. This recording is widely considered to be the song that brought rock and roll to the mainstream culture around the world. The song is ranked number 159 in the Rolling Stones list of top 500 greatest songs of all time. Get on your feet and dance as New London Tiger Marching Band rocks around the clock. Graduating classes of the 60s. First recorded in 1961 by the Top Notes and produced by Phil Spector, Twist and Shout failed to chart. In 1962, the Isley Brothers recorded the tune with more of a gospel feel, but it wasn't until 1964 when the Beatles covered the song that it went to the top of the charts. Twist and Shout was the only million-selling Beatles single that was a cover song. The song failed to hit number 1 because the group's own follow-up single, Can't Buy Me Love, held that spot.
right, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for hanging around with us for a second there as we grab some of the stats. Looks like what we got here for HLV passing-wise, we got 150 yards passing for Gorsh in the first half. Pretty solid effort on his part, 10 of 15 passing with 3 touchdowns on his end. Unfortunately, only 10 yards rushing for HLV in the first half. Hopefully look to make some corrections there in the second half, but credit to New London's defensive line. They've held it together pretty well. Kind of clogged up that middle, but the flip side of that is that it has opened up our pass game for us. So on the New London side, 68 yards passing, 3 of 7 on the attempts there, with 72 yards rushing from their end. Touchdowns in the first half, like we mentioned, Keegan Gorsh has 3 passing touchdowns there. Looks like for New London, they have 3 touchdowns. They have the kickoff return there, passing touchdown, let's see here, rushing touchdown, and yeah, that's what puts us at the 20-20 mark there. So overall, successful first half for HLV there. Electric game going on right now for sure. 20-20 at halftime. We had some excitement there towards the end of the first half. HLV able to come away with the stop there, get out at halftime. They will receive the ball here back to start the second half. So look to gain some momentum early from the HLV. I expect them to come out, hit some more of those short passes as well. Hopefully look to open up the run game a little bit. But HLV's got to find a way to stop Franklin. That's the big key for them the second half. Franklin's been kind of that one-man show. That's not to discredit anybody else on New London. Their line has played a great first half today. Opened up a lot of great holes for Franklin, but he's a good athlete, strong, runs hard, runs fast, very hard to bring down. So kudos to him, kudos to their line for making some plays. But I think that's going to be the key focus for the Warriors in the second half is find a way to stop Franklin, force New London into the pass a little bit more, where it seems like they've had a little bit of a struggle at times there, but pretty much keep to the game plan, I think, for the Warriors for the most part.
You've got to think, coming into tonight, that if you were going to tell Coach Smith and this coaching staff that at halftime they'd have 10 rushing yards, that would probably spell disaster. I mean, to be completely honest, right? I don't know that in my 20-plus years of being around HLV football that we've ever had 10 rushing yards at halftime and felt like we're in a position where we're in right now, a 2020 ball game. Again, as you had mentioned, receiving a second half kickoff, and we're in great shape. If we can at least find a way to slow down Franklin in that rushing attack, you've got to figure that we've put ourselves in position to be in a spot to win this game here at the end of fourth quarter.
Yeah, and I think I can hear Coach Smith over there already saying the big thing for the second half is to cut down on the penalties as well. Where we have had success running the ball, it seems like when we do, there's a penalty on that play, unfortunately. So I think they did find some stuff with the running. Bounce it out to the outside a little bit. It seems to be a little bit more open for the Warriors. Hopefully they can find that again in the second half and continue to build off that. But penalties is certainly a big focus point in the second half. We need to cut those down if we want to have a chance at closing out this game.
So if you're just tuning in, here at halftime at New London High School, HLV TC 20, New London 20, after a first half that the first kickoff of the game was an onside kick, and that kind of led to a lot of kind of wild plays the rest of the first half. A couple long touchdown passes by the Warriors, really no consistency offensively. Kind of a ton of back and forth from both offenses, and I guess probably maybe the biggest key in the whole second half is can one defense step up, and make 2 or 3 consecutive stops, and you probably see the game tilt that way.
Absolutely, yeah, I couldn't agree more. And to your point, we actually saw onside kicks by both teams to start the game. So definitely some fireworks early. Both teams wanting to come out on fire. And couldn't agree more with you. It's going to come down to who can make the stop, right, and who can take that stop, turn it into points, and then come back and potentially see another stop. At this point, it looks like it's a heavyweight fight at this point. We're just trading blows back and forth with each other, and it's who's going to fall first here.
And I think another key play is the second to last play of the first half. If Molinex, who went down with an apparent arm injury of some kind, is not able to come back, what does that HLV offense that leaned so heavily on him through the pass game, what does that look like? He obviously made a couple defensive plays of his own, second leading tackler on the season. Someone is going to have to step up on both sides of the ball to fill those big shoes from him.
Absolutely, yeah. That'll be a big loss if they don't have him in the second half. It sounds like he's put together a heck of a run the last couple weeks for the Warriors. So big loss for them if he's not able to make it back. But knowing Coach Smith, he's gonna put the players in the position where he feels like they're going to be able to succeed. Gorsh has done a good job distributing the ball tonight overall. He's looking for different receivers. I think Coach Smith has schemed up to kind of give Gorsh the opportunity to hit kind of a key player that Coach Smith is looking for him to target, and luckily Gorsh has been able to find him most of the time. Losing Molinex would be a big deal for the second half, but I do expect Kevin to still put players in a position where we're able to continue to succeed with Gorsh throwing the ball back there.
72 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns for Molinex in the first half. So, again, if nothing else, it gives an opportunity to that next person. Boston Rorda, we saw make a nice catch across the middle of the field. Both Weisskopf and Bazin have made a couple good, nice catches out of the backfield. Does Sean McCullough play a bigger role in that passing game as well? Because, up to now, we've really created a ton of time for Gorsh when he's been in the pocket, which is a major credit to players like Garrett Reed and Devin Weisskopf, Mason Westerdale. They have given Gorsh all the time he honestly probably wants back there to throw the ball. But I think we've got to find a way to just find a little balance.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely, yeah. And that's kind of the surprising part. If you look at tonight, we're not able to find much in the middle of the field running wise. But we are able to control the line of scrimmage on a passing, which was definitely a positive. But we got to find a way to control the line of scrimmage on the runs. We got to be able to find a way to run with inside of the tackles. I guess guards in this case. But I expect Coach Smith to come out and try to find a way to do that. If not, at minimum you run off your guard and you find an open slot on the outside of the field. So, but. Yeah, the offensive line looked great, holding protection for Gorsh there in the first half, and look to see more of it in the second.
So if you were to, make a prediction on what you plan to see, this first drive of the second half from this HLV TC offense as we receive the ball here, are you thinking they're going to try and establish Weisskopf and Bazin right away? Do they assume that's what New London thinks they'll do and try something, a quick hitter of some kind? I mean, how would you kind of lay that out?
I expect, if I was sitting on the New London side, I would definitely expect that they're going to widen their backers out. That's been the one key for me tonight that I've seen consistently, where their backers are tight and it's allowing us to find the open space on the outside. So I expect New London to widen out their backers, and in return, then I expect Coach Smith to try to force the run. If you can get those backers to kind of back off the middle of the field, that's going to open up opportunities in the middle of the field for the run game to open up. And we've really only found success on counters, unfortunately, so far. Eventually your luck with counters run out, so we have to establish the run game somewhere. But I honestly don't think you take much back away from the quick passes right now. The quick passes seem to be working. I think if New London's going to stay in that tight formation on defense, you continue to spread them out, continue to hit the quick passes on their end, and just kind of take what they give you.
Yeah, you bring up a good point, and as heavily as New London has stacked the line of scrimmage, especially up the middle, it's no wonder that we have had success on the outside, right? Quick hits, both swing passes, a couple screens that we were maybe a broken tackle away from really picking up big yards, but when Molinex and Rorda had found some gaping holes in the back half of that secondary because they had played those backers so tight, I guess it does lend itself to kind of shutting the run game down, which of course is HLV's strong suit coming into this, with those kind of that two-headed backfield that has been such a headache for so many opponents.
Yeah, and I think, one other thing you can look to do to combat some of this stuff right now is, like we talked about earlier, New London is flowing to the ball very, very well when we're trying to rush. So, that's what's helped us with the counter plays. You get a little bit more misdirection in there, but honestly, I kind of think you start to play more of, I don't know, what we used to reference, kind of a cross-buck look. Kind of mix it up, do some more quarterback keeps. Get your players out in open space, a little bit more fakes initially, get their defense flowing in one direction and come back and hit them on the other side. So that's where I would take away for sure on my end is try to combat the flow that they have on their end and just keep taking what's working for you right now.
Yeah, absolutely. As we are now down to 2.5 minutes here in the final warm up of the halftime period, as we are approaching the third quarter kickoff. Again, HLV set to receive the opening kickoff of the second half. Tie ball game here at New London, 20 apiece, in a game that has been back and forth, a game that probably on paper maybe hasn't necessarily followed the tail of the tape that we anticipated, but has been a highly competitive ball game. Both teams have kind of found strengths in areas that they have leaned on the offense, and now I guess which defense can jump in and make a couple big stops and force a couple punts. There haven't been many, especially in that kind of later first quarter and second quarter. Wanted to give a quick shout out to Danny Davis and Sportscast Media again, HLV's AD Bo Jack, Principal Mark Tegler, and Superintendent Brad Hohensee for kind of helping put together these broadcasts every Friday. As we're proud to bring you HLV TC Warrior football on a weekly basis, looking forward to next week, homecoming matchup against Twin Cedars here at Victor. So if you are looking to partake in any homecoming festivities, I know parade, pep rally, those things take place on Wednesday, followed by, of course, the homecoming game Friday night at Victor against Twin Cedars. But there's 2 more quarters of football here tonight, as we're down to a minute to go here before the second half kickoff. Saxon, if you want to, any other thoughts here before we kind of get ready for second half action?
No, I expect this to be more of the same in the second half. Big fireworks. I think both of these teams are in a position that realistically they probably haven't been in a whole lot this year. And they're both hungry for their first win. So I expect there to be electric second half here. Great competition to come. And overall, just a lot of heart out of both teams coming here.
Absolutely, yeah. Two winless teams on the season, but in watching this first half here tonight and watching HLVTC up close for multiple weeks, at multiple times they've been just a snap or a play away from getting in that win column. So we'll tune in here and see how this second half plays out, as we're now down to 10 seconds, and New London and kicker Colin Peeler are getting set here for the second half kickoff. Both Basin and Weiskup are back deep, with McCullough flanked just a little bit in front of them. Peeler has sent the last 2 kickoffs through the end zone, so you've got to figure that's probably the plan here again, because Basin and Weiskup have had a ton of success returning kicks this season when given the opportunity. And again, it will go into the end zone. So Weiskup thought about catching it about a yard deep in the end zone, and probably thought better of it.
Probably the right call there, to be honest with you. That was a pretty high kick. They were able to get down the field pretty quick, so even if he caught that, he was going to be in a pretty rough situation there.
Peeler really does a nice job for the special teams unit.
Yes, absolutely.
He really does. So out trots the HLV offense. First drive of the second half. 20-20 ball game here as we start third quarter action from New London. Keegan Gorsh will again be in the gun. Looks like Rorda and Basin are going to be split out to the left, with Weiskup joining Gorsh in the backfield. The snaps to Gorsh, and it's going to be a quick handoff to Weiskup, who struggles off the left-hand side and actually loses about 3.
I think that's your setup play right there, Nick. That's what we were talking about kind of at the halftime mark there, where you kind of give him that cross-buck look, make sure the flow's still there, and then you have Gorsh coming back on a play later on that.
Great call, because as we have mentioned many times through the first half, this New London team, across the board, up front and in their backers, very athletic, not maybe a little bit undersized, but they are flowing and flying to the ball from all positions. So let's hope some sort of counter or follow-up action to that is coming. Gorsh under quick pressure here in the backfield as he drops back to pass. He's going to go down for a sack. So 2 plays offensively for HLVTC, both going the wrong direction. And now a 3rd down and about 16 coming up for this HLVTC offense.
Yeah, I can see right away New London making adjustments at halftime here. They're splitting out their ends a little bit further, putting a little bit more pressure on those guards to get out there and cover them. They're split out extremely wide. I mean, there is room for running there, between the tackles, but the backers are still very, very tight, so they're filling the slots there pretty well.
So out comes HLV, 3rd down and 17. Gorsh is going to drop back,
nice
and he's
pass.
got
Yes.
Sean McCullough deep. He's got Sean McCullough across the 40, across the 30, down to 20, 10. Sean McCullough with what is a 68, I believe, yard receiving touchdown. My goodness.
Yes, that's exactly what HLV needed. HLVTC needed right there.
So touchdown, Warriors touchdown. Sean McCullough, as we talked at the halftime break, someone clearly is going to have to step up and fill that hole left by Mullinex, who left with the injury late in the second quarter, and McCullough was simply wide open.
And you couldn't have asked for a better pass there from Gorsh. That was perfect unison there. Hit him well, and took advantage of that play there.
So the 2-point opportunity by HLV there on the play is no good. But after the 68-yard touchdown pass from Gorsh to McCullough across the middle, HLV comes out from a deep 3rd and 17 hole for a 68-yard touchdown pass from from Gorsh to McCullough, and HLV again jumps back in the lead. 26-20, 10 minutes and 47 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. HLV regains the lead, and now let's see if that HLV defense can we take control of the game a little bit, right? You watch the first 2 offensive plays there on that set, and you kind of had to wonder, and then all of a sudden another New London defensive breakdown on the back end, and McCullough was off and running.
Yeah, absolutely. They came out rough start there, but good recovery. And to your point, can we make the stop here? Can we take the advantage? Can we keep momentum on our end? I don't expect them to kick it deep here to Franklin again. Probably looking at another squib kick here, but get it down, get the field, and lock in on defense here.
So McCullough lines up for the kickoff here after his deep receiving touchdown. He's going to squib it, and it's going to be gathered there by Mankey Bailey. Juggled a little bit, but McCullough did what he was asked to there. As Saxon mentioned, I think the last thing HLV is going to try to do at this point is put the ball in Franklin's hands any more than they have to. So after recovering kind of the squib kick there, Mankey Bailey and the Tiger offense are going to start from their own 34-yard line, trailing 26-20, HLV with a 6-point lead. 10 minutes, 46 seconds to go, beginning stages of the 3rd quarter. So again, now they've gone completely to Franklin in this Wildcat look, and he's going to be off the left-hand side for about 5.
Yeah, and that's what I expect a lot in the second half. You're going to see a big dosage of Franklin with the success that he had in the first half. I expect them to maybe mix it up left, right a little bit, but overall I expect to see a heavy dose of Franklin in the second half here again.
One of those, here's what we're going to do. Can you stop it?
Yes, exactly.
So 2nd down and 5, ball on the 39-yard line. New London now trying to answer HLV's first touchdown of the second half. It's going to be a sweep off the left-hand side.
Nice
Great
play.
play by Mason Westerdale, and I
they're
think
gonna get
we are going to have a horse collar tackle.
Yeah. Shoot. Again, we talked about in the first half, and a little bit over the halftime there, the penalties. Got to find a way to avoid those. You make a really, really good play there by the defense. We had 3 or 4 guys swarm to the ball. Just unfortunately made the tackle the wrong way there. It's going to give New London first down and a big gain here.
tremendous penetration. Right.
Yes,
I mean, Westerdale completely blew up the left side of the field. With it looked like Rorda was also getting penetration on the play, and kind of one of those tough luck plays. All of a sudden, a loss turns into, and they
they're not going to end up getting a first here. They're going to say it's second in inches here.
Appears so.
The far side ref did call a timeout. Okay, yeah, they are moving the sticks now here for a first down. Didn't know if they were going to come out for a measurement there or what, but it looked like it was a clear first down there from the markers.
Spotting the ball has been a journey.
That certainly has tonight.
However, nonetheless, New London now 1st and 10 from the HLV 35. Clock again running. HLV leading 26-20. Franklin off the right-hand side. He breaks one tackle. He's off and running. Cale Weiskup with a touchdown-saving tackle at about the 18. Otherwise, Franklin would have been for another score.
Yeah, they haven't left this formation. They've come out and run out the exact same formation. They're lining Franklin up back by himself, and now they've taken that T and they've split it into more of a wing situation, and they're using those wing backs as lead blockers now, and really finding an advantage here by doing that.
So New London 1st and 10 from the HLV 18, now on the move, 9.5 minutes to go, third quarter. HLV with the 26-20 lead. Franklin again in the shotgun, and he's going to go right off center. He's swallowed up by Kevin Smith.
Great play.
Kevin Smith completely, yes, the football player Kevin Smith. The coach still has the headset on, but number 78 completely blew up the center on that play.
Great
and
play.
Just gobbled up Franklin for a loss of about 3, maybe 4 on the play. And finally, can HLV put New London behind the sticks a little bit and make them uncomfortable? 2nd down and 13, 9 minutes to go, clock running, third quarter. New London snapping it from the HLV 21. The snaps back to Franklin. He's going to pass. He's got someone down the middle. Oh, boy, he just overthrows number 7, Logan Franklin.
Potential relation there, I guess.
We're assuming relation. And
I mean, they have very similar builds, but I think that's the first time we've seen Franklin pass tonight. Is that correct?
You're exactly right. And to that point, right, you get penetration one play, put them behind the sticks, and all of a sudden you make them do things that they don't want to do, right? I think it's pretty obvious that when passing that they would prefer it with Mankey Bailey, but how do you take Franklin out of that position? Franklin with a direct snap again. He's going to go off right side for about 7, maybe 8. On 2nd down, that was third down and 13. So now 4th down, and they're going to call it 5. So 4th down and 5 from the HLV TC 15. 8.5 minutes ago, HLV with that 6-point lead, 26-20 after scoring on their opening drive of the second half. A deep touchdown pass from Gorsh to McCullough. And now New London on the drive, but facing 4th down deep in HLV territory. Franklin again in the gun. Let's see if HLV can again get some penetration. Franklin's going to go off the left-hand side. He's met by Bazin and other Warriors. The spot is going to be close.
I think we stopped him there.
Boy, it's close.
That is close. I can see now, too, where they're actually having Franklin call the plays in the huddle, so I expect that Franklin's going to be their guy kind of going forward here in the second half.
And again, it really looked from here that Franklin was leaning forward, falling forward again on the snap. I mean, I guess, hey, they're not calling it, so good on you. But measurement is going to come out. I believe they are just a touch short here. This would be a massive stop for this HLV TC defense.
Oh,
they gave him the first down. My goodness.
Ooh, just barely got it there. Boy, that one would have been a good one to have a stop. If nothing else, get the ball back, flip the field again. But this puts New London first and goal here.
First and goal from the 9, the HLV 9. The clock again runs. Boy, kind of a tough luck play there. I don't know. From our angle, what do we know? But boy, it looked like he was short. First and goal, New London from the HLV 9 now. Can HLV's defense again rise up to the challenge as Franklin's again in the gun? You've got to figure another run from him coming. It is off the right-hand side. Penetration is there, but it's too late.
That's a tough one there. That's the first time I've actually seen their wing backs. He cracked down, and really opened up the outside of the field there, and Franklin had nothing but space to the outside. So a little bit of a different look there. Tough for the Keys from the backer perspective. nice design there by New London, but just unfortunate there for the Warriors.
And you know, let your good athlete make great plays.
Yeah, absolutely,
right?
yeah.
So New London now comes out to try for the point after, and the kick is up and good. So after a long drive there by New London regains the lead after the extra point is good. New London now leads with 7:38 left in the third quarter, 27, HLVTC 26.
We'll take a second again here to thank our sponsors. Blady Law Office in Victor champions HLV students to be the best they can. Blady Law Office in Victor supports our students and communities. Keystone Savings Bank is proud to support HLV students on and off the field. Everyone at Keystone Savings Bank says go Warriors. Cooperative Telephone Company is happy to sponsor the Warrior Cast and would like to wish the football team a great remainder of the season. Kiesel Brothers Seeds is your local DeKalb and Asgrow hybrid dealer. Kiesel Brothers Seeds supports all of our HLV students and athletes. S&S Appliance and Mattress is your authorized dealer for Whirlpool, GE, and Speed Queen. Call their Victor or Grinnell locations.
So after Franklin is in for his third touchdown of the evening, the Tigers have now regained the lead, 27-26. 7 minutes, 38 seconds to go here, third quarter, as HLV readies for the ensuing kickoff. And this was actually going to be returnable. Let's see if Bazin can get a return of his own going. He's up the left-hand side. He's got a gap. He's got a gap. If he can break it out. Ooh. Really nice play there by number 56 for the Tigers, Cole Swanson. The freshman special teams player made a heck of a tackle because, boy, Hunter Bazin was on the move. So the first time all night that Peeler was unable to get a kick through the end zone, and you can see why. Yeah. When the opportunity is there, nobody wants to kick to Bazin and Weiskup because those two back there can be a headache.
Yeah, best field position of the night for us starting, off of a kickoff for sure. So let's hope the Warriors can do something here with it.
HLV with the ball at their own 39-yard line. 1st and 10. Gorsh again in the gun with Weiskup lining up behind him.
We are going back to the tight formation here.
It'll be a little bit of a delay handoff to Weiskup.
Oh, nice play.
It off the right-hand side. He breaks 2 tackles. He breaks a third, and he's down to the New London 25. Boy, nice. Almost all of that was done on the leg simply of Cale Weiskup.
Absolutely. About a 17-yard gain there. Threw in a couple great stiff arms, cleared him up a little bit, and found some green on the outside of the field here.
Great effort on that play by Weiskup. So a huge pickup on first down. Now HLV in New London territory, right at the New London 25. 7 minutes, 15 seconds and running here third quarter, as HLV is now again threatening in the New London into the field.
Staying in the tight formation. Bit surprising here.
So Gorsh again. It's going to be another.
No, he kept it.
A fake counter.
Yes.
Bazin with the keep. So again, trying to catch that overflowing defense. Are they going to make the adjustment? Bazin with the keep and off the right-hand side for about 7, maybe 7.5 yards. Brings up a second down, and we'll call it 3 from the New London 18.
Yeah, you can definitely tell Coach Smith is recognizing the flow of New London and how quick they are to the ball, and you can tell he's trying to call plays here that give them opportunities to mix up the defense a little bit here.
So 2nd down and 3 as Gorsh runs into the huddle here and gives the offensive call here, as he will be joined in the backfield by both Weiskup and just Bazin. Weiskup will flank off to the right-hand side in kind of a wing position. Some miscommunication here, and it looks like the time clock had expired.
Yep.
Boy, there's some miscommunication there. They never looked to be comfortable going to the line of scrimmage.
No, absolutely not. It looked like they were definitely not on the same page there.
Whether a miscommunication in the huddle or going to the line nonetheless. 5-yard delay game penalty, really, after HLV had, again, minimized some of that late in the second quarter and so far in the third, but kind of an untimely penalty there. 2nd down and 8 now upcoming for HLVTC from the New London 18. Same formation as they were in the last play. Gorsh is going to drop back. He has nice time again.
Nice ball.
He's going to go off to Weiskup.
Great catch, yes!
Touchdown!
Nice.
Keegan Gorsh drops a dime into Cale Weiskup as from about 18 yards out. A beautiful pass.
Boy, you couldn't have asked for a better placement on that pass. He hit him perfectly in stride on that.
We've kind of mentioned multiple times here this evening that New London secondary has struggled.
They have
at times tonight, and that was not poor coverage. It was simply just a great pass.
Yes, that was probably the best coverage they've had, one of the better coverages they've had all night. Honestly, Gorsh just made a perfect ball on that. Great response there.
So Gorsh with his fourth touchdown pass of the evening. The 2-point try. Snap is over Gorsh's head. Bazin gathers it, tries to pass it ahead to Gorsh. We've kind of got.
I don't think you can do that. I think he tried to do a forward pass there.
He definitely pitched it forward. So after some delay, it was caught and the play was whistled dead. So,
but good response though. I mean, for the Warriors, that's exactly what they needed to come back with after a pretty quick touchdown by New London. HLV comes back. You saw success in the run game there, and obviously great pass by Gorsh.
So Gorsh has now thrown 4 touchdowns on the evening, 2 to Mullinex. Was that Cale Weisskop's second touchdown catch of the evening, Mitch? I believe that was Weisskop's second touchdown reception of the evening as well. Yeah, so Gorsh with 4 through the air, 2 to Mullinex, 2 to Cale Weisskop. And so now this HLV TC passing attack that, as I had mentioned over the past few weeks, had really been gaining some momentum, has clearly continued to find its legs through this latter part of the season.
Yeah, and ironically, in the first half we saw the pass game really succeed with the short, quick passes, and here in the second half we're actually seeing deeper passes here, and Gorsh is just throwing an excellent ball right now. Honestly, you couldn't ask for a better placement on some of the last couple pass throws that he's had.
And as a young kid getting his first varsity snaps at quarterback early in the season, you could see his feet weren't always set, right? He was feeling pressure before it was there. He's entirely comfortable right now.
Yes.
So HLV lines up for the next kickoff by McCullough. It's going to again be a squibber. This time it does bounce out of bounds. As we had mentioned, clearly trying to keep the ball away from New London's all-man, number 21, London Franklin. Sadly, that one bounces out of bounds, so will New London decide they want to re-kick, or will take the 5 yards and go from there. Got a note here from our stat extraordinaire, Mitchell Tice. On that last drive, Franklin actually rushed the ball 6 consecutive times.
Yeah.
It felt like that, but
yeah.
I guess to actually know that, yes, that is
he did have the one pass play in there,
you're right.
But it was out of the same exact formation every single play that drive, and again, we've talked about it over and over, but Franklin's going to be their key.
For sure.
No doubt.
So the penalty, it appears, was declined. The penalty was declined. Or, excuse me, they're not going to re-kick it. They're tacking 5 yards on, I believe, is what they've decided to do.
And why wouldn't you? I mean, you're going to start from your own, 38 here?
Yeah.
So
clearly HLV's not going to kick it deep to Franklin.
No. They are still deciding here, though. I don't... we seem to have been taking quite a while to make some calls tonight, which is fine.
I guess kudos to the communication.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Where the communication has been thorough.
Yes.
We'll leave it there. So first down and 10, New London from their own 32-yard line, trailing 27-32. 6 minutes 49 seconds here, third quarter.
They are back in this T formation.
First time we've seen this here in the second half. Yeah. Bazin appears to be bringing a lot of pressure up the gut, and he is. There was a clear holding on the play as he was tackled. Missed on the play. Franklin goes off the right-hand side. No, that was Mankey Bailey, off the right-hand side for about 6.
Looks like he's coming up a little limpy as well. I
think that's
number 4,
Westerback.
Yeah.
Bazin brought immediate pressure up the middle and was simply tackled by the center. Went unnoticed. Mankey Bailey ran off the right-hand side for 6, maybe 7 yards. So second down and 3 now from the New London 39. 6 minutes, 15 seconds. Clock running here, third quarter. So again in that T formation, the snap will go directly to, this one is to number 23, Brigham Porter off the left-hand side. We do have a penalty this time as Weisskop was brought down in the backfield. Maybe the holding was found on this play, and it was.
Yep.
So Cale Weisskop was simply tackled as he brought immediate penetration. And so let's put New London behind the 6 a little bit here.
Bit surprising to see him come back to this T formation, honestly, with the success that they had coming out of halftime. I'll take it from the Warriors' perspective, obviously, because we've had better success stopping them out of this T formation, but yeah, a bit surprising that they're coming out with this.
And as we had mentioned on that last drive with Franklin rushing the ball, six straight handoffs to him, and then all of a sudden they kind of come back in this possession to that kind of that T formation with him not touching the ball in last two plays. Seems, I don't know, a little bit maybe going away from the strength, but.
Big penalty here.
Second down and 19, maybe even second down and 20. Mankey Bailey's in the shotgun. There's some pressure by Weisskopf. Landon Ankrum with some pressure off the left-hand side. Rorta with a tough play on the left-hand side, right near the New London bench. Hard collision there as Rorta and Mankey Bailey collide. So brings up about a third down and 5. Third down and 5, 5 minutes, 40 seconds to go, third quarter. HLV hanging on to a 32-27 lead as New London is facing a third down play. Third down and 5. You've got to figure this has to go to Franklin, don't you?
You have to believe so, yeah. Unfortunate there. HLV had great coverage on that pass play, just broke down, and Mickey Bailey made a good play.
And some good penetration, too. Just simply weren't able to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Here's Franklin off the right-hand side. It's going to be a quick hit. Great play. Devin Weisskopf holding his ground there from the end position. Franklin with about a 1-yard gain, which will bring up about fourth down and 3.
You like to see that. You know, Franklin wanted to bounce to the outside. Weisskopf kept his outside shoulder free, kind of turned him back inside, and Weisskopf actually ended up coming off the block and making the play on the inside, too.
Not only kept contained, but then cleaned it up on his own.
Yeah.
Really, really good play by the senior end there, Devin Weisskopf, on that play. So fourth down and 3, 4 minutes, 45 seconds to go, third quarter, as New London is facing a critical fourth down, you've got to figure. Minkey Bailey is going to fake the pass. He's out in the flats, the right flat to the other Franklin brother, who's scampering up the right-hand side and is finally gathered in from at about the 10.
Coming up with a little bit of a cramp there, it looks like, but yeah, unfortunately, just a breakdown on the defense there. He kind of came out free, just made a good play, but gosh, that would have been a good one to have. You know, that was a big play for the Warriors defense. Keep the momentum on their end and finally make a stop.
After you preach reading your keys, right? But your eyes get so focused on. London Franklin in the background that when there's a fake to him, it's hard not to bite.
Yeah.
Right? And Logan Franklin simply slid off to the right flat and picked up about 30 yards on that fourth down conversion. And it looks like he is still down on the field here for the Tigers. I'm not sure if it's a cramping situation or not. But after the fourth down conversion, New London will have the ball, 1st and 10. Depends on the spot, I guess, whether it's 1st and goal or 1st and 10 just outside of the 10-yard line. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left to go, third quarter here, as HLVTC leads 32-27.
Take a couple more minutes here to thank our sponsors again. Hartwick Ag is your authorized dealer for MacDon products and more. Need a repair? Hartwick Ag repairs all sorts of makes and models on implements. Stoll Construction can build, remodel, or repair your next big project. Stoll Construction is a supporter of all HLV activities. Hardin Brothers Propane can fill your residential and grain drying propane needs. Best of luck to the Warriors.
So thankfully on that play, number 7, Logan Franklin, after that long fourth down run, was able to run off the field on his own. Appears it was some sort of cramping situation here on a pleasant night. It was a little bit warm at kickoff, so you never know on some of these nights. A lot, homecoming, lots going on.
These are those tough nights too, though. You don't have the water intake because it's not hot enough to make you thirsty and drink, and you're just focused on the game. So
absolutely
one of your worst times for cramps, honestly.
For sure. So 1st down and 10, Franklin.
Oh, that's got to be a legal
2-minute
procedure.
motion, correct?
Yeah, that was. They had two guys in motion there. So
2-minute motion for the Tigers here on that play. So 1st down and 10 will be backed up 5 yards, as there was clearly a miscommunication on the Tiger offensive end, as they had. At least 2, if not 3 people in motion there as Franklin was readying for the snap. So can this HLV defense dig in here and get a big goal line stop as they are hanging on to a 5-point lead, 32-27. 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Now 1st and 15, New London, from about it'll be about their 15.5, 16-yard line. Oh.
Did they mark the ball back yet? I don't even think they
Penalty
brought the ball back.
Was declined. I thought
We declined that, huh?
it was whistled dead before.
That has to
before
be
the snap.
before the snap, right? The legal procedure like that, I would think that'd have to be.
I've never seen one that it hasn't. But apparently they
No, they're marking it back now, right? Didn't they just bring it back? Although it looks like,
no.
is it only 4 yards that they brought it back?
Boy,
2 yards?
So they allowed the play to finish. Franklin was tackled for about a 2-yard loss, so 2nd down and 12 now. Franklin again in the gun. He will drop back to pass. He's looking down the flat for Menke Bailey, who does make the catch. Pushed out of bounds there by Ankrum. So pretty good coverage by Ankrum as Franklin actually dropped back for a pass out to the flat to his, I guess, running mate, Menke Bailey. Pickup of about 8, maybe 9 on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 3 now for the New London Tigers as they are inside, right at about the 5-yard line, we'll call it. So 3rd down, 3 minutes, 56 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. New London knocking on the door for another score.
So there it is
to
again.
Franklin. Oh, and the ball's loose.
Oh, ball's loose, ball's out. Warriors got
on
it.
the ground.
Here we go.
And it is gathered
Great.
in by Devin Weiskup with the heavy play. And
Boy, that couldn't have come at a
that
better time.
Massive play.
Oh.
Was that Bazin in on the tackle?
Yeah, and that couldn't have come at a better time there. Honestly, that was
as Franklin again appeared to be leaning forward at the
Yeah,
snap.
yeah.
Head of steam at the line of scrimmage. Hunter Bazin with a really solid form tackle. I'm not sure if his helmet hit the ball. Regardless, the ball came squirting behind, and Devin Weiskup with a heads-up play there to pick it up. So now HLV TC with 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line, it appears. 3 minutes, 50 seconds to go here, 3rd quarter.
Ooh, and about a turnover.
Boy, high snap there kind of completely blew the timing of that play up. So Gorsh thankfully was able to handle the high snap, but simply the timing of what looked to be a counter of some kind it was simply blown up. Thankfully, only a loss of 1 on the play. So 2nd down and 11 now coming up for HLV. 3.5 minutes to go as the clock continues to run here from New London High School. Gorsh again runs into the huddle. Let's see if, I don't know, you've got to figure.
We're coming out in that tight formation a lot this second half so far. We're coming back into a more tight formation here again. We are going to pass.
So Gorsh drops back. He's going to look across.
Oh, great pass. Yes, you bet.
He's got Hunter Bazin across the 40, 30, 20. Hunter Bazin. No one to stop him, and Hunter Bazin is in for a touchdown. Touchdown, Hunter Bazin. Touchdown, Warriors. As they are able to extend this lead a little bit on another just beautiful pass from Keegan Gorsh. 55-yard touchdown pass from Gorsh to Bazin, and Bazin is in to the end zone.
And that's what you like to see. Gorsh actually anticipated where Bazin was going to be on that play. You know, it wasn't where Bazin was when he made the pass. Bazin still had to clear through a couple of the defenders there, and Gorsh made a heck of a ball there.
Yeah.
That was just perfectly in stride. Exactly what you want to see for anticipation from him.
Keegan Gorsh has had a heck of a night from the
Oh,
quarterback
absolutely.
position. I mean, boy, this junior quarterback has come up huge. I think his fifth passing touchdown of the evening. So now on the 2-point conversion, another high snap on a 2-point conversion. The pass falls incomplete.
That's a couple plays in a row now that we've had high snaps there. The one thing that hopefully we can be a little bit more cautious of going forward. You don't like to see that. We've kept it a pretty clean game. I think that the fumble here was actually the first turnover of the game, if I'm not mistaken. So it's been a pretty clean game overall by both sides. But couldn't ask for, timing-wise, we've been talking about it. Who's going to make the first stop all night, and that's exactly what the Warriors did there.
You're absolutely correct. I mean, I think, and especially seeing two seniors make 2 big plays, right? Senior Devin Weiskup recovers the fumble there when the defense needed a stop so desperately. All of a sudden, Hunter Bazin, senior, he's into the end zone for the first time this evening. And this HLV offense, again, through the air, which, as we've mentioned multiple times for a couple former players, this is not HLV football from 2003 as we age ourselves. But, Keegan Gorsh has proven that he is ready. He is ready to handle that being put on his shoulders.
Yeah, absolutely. HLV's taking advantage a lot tonight of crossing routes. I've noticed that, they're taking advantage of that, and like we talked about, he's got the good anticipation there, and as soon as he sees that guy coming open on the crossing route, he's hitting him in stride.
And has been given ample time by that offensive line.
Absolutely.
So Sean McCullough again lines up for the kick, and it'll be a little bit of a squibber, a bouncer, and that is about as well as you kind of
That's what you kind of hope for right there, honestly.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
It is recovered there by Menke Bailey on about New London's, right at New London's 30. It looks like they're going to mark it. So, again, keeping the ball out of Franklin's hand, it gets past the first wall or first receiving line, and Menke Bailey had no other play than simply to fall on the ball. So, first down to 10. New London now trailing 27-38. HLV has now grown their lead to 11. 2 minutes 55 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
And here we are. We're back to that formation they came out of half with.
Oh, boy. Franklin's got a lot of room. He's up the left-hand side, and it looks
they
like
called him out.
just stepped out of bounds. Boy.
Yeah, they went back to that formation they started with to come out of the second half. You got Franklin back there kind of by himself. The wing tee's kind of blocking for him. He found the open space on the outside, and he had a ton of room to run. Luckily, he stepped out of bounds there. Otherwise, we'd probably have another 20, 30 yards, but yeah, I expect them to stay in this formation here.
So Franklin with about an 18-yard pickup here on first down. So now New London in HLV territory at the HLV 32, trailing 38-27, 2 minutes 48 seconds to go, third quarter. Franklin again deep to receive, and there is all sorts of penetration this time. I think Joe Simmons and that defensive staff said, to heck with that.
Yeah, you're starting to see in that formation, we're starting to bring some pressure there. You're either looking at a run or you're going to get pressure on the pass there. I think it's a smart call on their part to bring a backer.
And I think on the back end there, right? You're putting some pressure on your DBs that you're leaving on an island, but you're saying, hey, Franklin's clearly not their number one passer. He's beating you with his legs. Enough.
Back to the tee here.
Second down and 10. As Menke Bailey gets a snap, he's looking deep. It looks like he's got Franklin deep, and Logan Franklin brings in the 32-yard touchdown pass, and this back and forth affair goes back New London's way again.
Here we are, nonstop electric here. So unfortunately, a quick turnaround response from New London on that, but they've been close to that all night, to be honest. So you knew one was going to hit.
Logan Bailey had one. Well, it's almost the exact same position, about a yard overthrown in the first half. And so he's able to gather in that 32-yard touchdown pass from Menke Bailey. And so now New London appears they will line up for two of their own, trailing now 38-33. Again, Franklin in the backfield. And this will be a run. He's had a lot of success with the right-hand side. This one will come up just a little bit short.
Nice stop. That's a big stop because actually their kicker has had success tonight. We blocked the first extra point tonight, but we have seen where their kicker can bomb a ball. So that's a big play to keep the Warriors up by 5 there.
Very good point. So keeping this thing at 5 points. So the lead for HLVTC is now 38-33. Right at about 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes and 2 seconds to go, third quarter, as kind of this back and forth affair has continued to not let us down in that capacity, I guess. And we'll see if HLV's offense again has a response.
Yes, absolutely. Take another second here to thank some of our sponsors. Tim Electric looks forward to an electric season for the Warriors. The folks at Tim Electric say, let's go Warriors. Primetime Seed is your local Pioneer seed dealer. See Jared Hirschberg for your Pioneer seed needs. Roars Brothers Fertilizer is your local partner in the field. They're committed to increasing your yields through custom fertilizer applications. Best of luck to the Warriors. WH Construction is there for all your concrete needs. WH Construction proudly supports all HLV athletics and the Warrior Cast.
So, once again, New London lines up for a kick after touchdown in a ball game that has been highly entertaining, to say the least. As New London will try a squib of its own.
Oh, and they recovered it. Oh, no.
10 yards.
Yes, it did. They played that well, honestly. They got their front string guys to go up, and they got on the Warriors, took them back a little bit, and the back guys came in and recovered the ball, unfortunately, for the Warriors.
I think simply they lost where they were on the field.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
I think they were confused on the yard markers as they continued to backpedal, and New London simply fell on the ball. So
that's one of those ones where you hope you see one of the Warriors kind of come across that 10-yard mark, take advantage of the ball before it crosses that. But that's a tough situation to be in.
So now from the HLV 39, New London's offense again on the field, and a massive swing of events there. You've got to feel as Franklin is again off the right-hand side for about 4. So down to the HLV 35. Second down and 6 upcoming. 1 minute, 50 seconds to go, third quarter, as this game has thrown another kind of twist and turn here, and then all momentum seems to be a little bit on New London's side after recovering the onside kick.
Yeah, honestly, in a matter of a minute there, we swung from a deep momentum from the Warriors to the Tigers here. So let's hope the Warriors can find a way to bring it back.
Okay, so Franklin again kind of in the gun formation, and it's going to be a high snap, and penetration comes immediately.
Nice. Great play by the line there
Kevin
overall.
Smith and Devin Weiskup simply blew that play up. Mason Westerdale was there on the end as well. The high snap did throw the timing off a touch, you've got to feel, but boy, both Weiskup and Smith just simply consumed the right side of that New London offensive line.
Yeah, I think that was probably the best decision they made in the first half, honestly, was bringing Smith in. He's really clogged up the middle of that and done a great job for the Warriors right now. Looks like we're going to have timeout New London here. That's a bit of odd timing, but
with 58 seconds left, New London's going to call their first timeout of the second half.
Does bring up a kind of a critical point, though. I mean, they got a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8 here. They want to retain the momentum here. They need a play that's going to get them either opportunity to go for it here on 4th down or put them in a situation to continue the drive.
And you bring up a good point there on the second down stop. One thing that I had failed to mention tonight, HLV minus number 50 Jay Stevens tonight, who had injured a shoulder here earlier in the week and had really been stepping up and playing major minutes, both offensively and defensively for the Warriors. And it's kind of been a rotating position, that nose position, and big number 78 Kevin Smith has really settled in here about these last 2 or 3 drives, and on that last play simply blew up with penetration. So 3rd down and 7, 58 seconds to go, a really big play you've got to feel here.
Oh, that has to be
half.
Oh man, they both jumped out there.
Pressure by Weiskup. The pass is completed from Menke Bailey off to the right-hand side to, guess who, number 21, London Franklin, for a gain of about 15, it appears. So New London on a 3rd and 7 is able to find some time for Menke Bailey in the backfield, and he was able to complete a good ball to Franklin.
That was a good ball, yeah. It looked like to me that they had movement there. I know that they brought a guy in motion, but it looked like Franklin also took a step forward there, leaned forward again, and man, just tough one there for the Warriors.
So 1st and 10 now, New London from the HLV 23, as the snap's going to go to Menke Bailey. It looked like he wanted the pitch. He cuts back. What a great read. He's got room on the right-hand side. He's tackled down there by both Devin Weiskup and Sean McCullough. A really good read.
Yeah.
As the play was designed to go to the left, you could see from our vantage point there was a gap that opened up the middle to the right-hand side, and a great read by Menke Bailey.
Yeah, one of the things we've been talking about all night, on the opposite side of the ball is New London's been flowing very heavily on the ball. You saw there where Menke Bailey actually made the Warriors pay for their flow. We had good flow coming downhill there, but just made a really good cutback, had open field, and took advantage of it.
So the first down run by Menke Bailey brings it up to the HLV 13, it looks like. 1st down and 10, New London, 46 seconds to go in the latter stages of the 3rd quarter here. As the snaps back to Menke Bailey, looks like it's the exact same play almost. This time, he's got cutback lane again. And he's around the right edge. McCullough is there for the stop, but not until he's got a gain of 9, if not 10 again.
Yeah, Warriors got a little bit stagnant there. I think that they, Menke Bailey kind of slowed down there, waited for something to happen. Nothing really happened. He hit a cutback and just found the open field and took off, unfortunately.
Great patience by him.
Yeah.
Great patience. So there will have to be one more play here in the 3rd quarter as the there will be about 4 seconds or so when at the ending of this play. So New London does have to run one more play here, at least in the third quarter. Second down at about a half yard. There's got to be movement. No.
Wow.
Okay. Franklin is in.
They came back to that same formation that we've seen consistently in the second half with Franklin in the backfield. You know, the wing set there. They actually motioned out one of the wings there, and Franklin just took it off the other side of the ball.
So after another score by number 21 London Franklin, New London is now back in the lead, 39-38 with the extra point try to come. We'll see if they decide to go for two or if they bring out their kicker number 11, Peeler, for the extra point. They were stopped on their last 2-point try, and Peeler has shown that he has a good leg. It appears that they're gonna try for two here. So with the 1-point lead, 39-38, New London now lines up for a 2-point try. Latter stages third quarter, 16 seconds here to go.
Bit of a different formation coming out here.
Some confusion.
They actually had him spread out pretty wide. Franklin came in motion.
So Mankey's going to roll off to the left, and he finds his man. Finds his man number 25, Israel Lemley, kind of all alone in the middle of the field. Mankey rolled to the left. Really took all the defense with him. One thing that senior quarterback has shown, especially on this drive here, was the patience.
Yeah,
from him.
He does a great job on the patience. It looked like he was looking for London again there on the 2-point conversion. Great coverage on him, and then Mika Bailey just found the guy in the middle of the field open there.
So after an onside kick is recovered, New London then drives 40 yards down the field in about 1 minute span and has now regained the lead. So New London now back on top, 41-38 over HLVTC. Still 10 seconds left third quarter, in a third quarter that was flying and now all of a sudden it's kind of ground to a halt. But boy, it's hard to get a grasp on this game.
Yeah.
There has just been enough quirky things happen that neither team has really ever been able to completely grab hold and take control both offensively or defensively. So lining up for the kickoff, number 11, Colin Peeler for New London. Both Weiskup and Bazin back to receive for the Warriors. And let's see if New London decides to kick deep here, and they do. The kick is into the end zone and will be a touchback.
I see the Warriors made a little bit of adjustment on that kickoff return there. Put extra guy up front, brought the back guys up a little bit, so maybe a little bit of anticipation that an onside was coming again, but they ended up kicking it deep there.
So after HLV had climbed to an 11-point lead, 38-27, about midway through the third quarter, all of a sudden back-to-back scores by New London has them up by 3, 41-38, 10 seconds left to go, third quarter. Here as we bring you HLV-TC Warrior football from New London High School here. So you've got to figure probably maybe the final play of the third quarter as Gorsh runs out to the huddle and gets Warriors steadied up at the line here for what we presume will be the final play of this third quarter. So Gorsh in the backfield with Bazin.
Little motion. Looks like they got a little flip out to the outside there. Nothing there.
He's got a cutback lane if he can get a block. Oh, he does get one block. Boy, there was all sorts of penetration. The timing never really was quite there for that pitch on the left side. Bazin does get one block on the right-hand side and picks up about 3 when probably could have lost maybe 2 or 3 on the play. So as we head to the fourth quarter, your score from New London 41, HLV-TC 38. HLV with the ball, 2nd and 7 as we return here in just a minute.
Take a moment here to thank some more of our sponsors. County Bank has 6 locations to serve you: Sigourney, Hartwick, Deep River, Gibson, Montezuma, and Williamsburg. Your community partner, your community bank. The Warrior Booster Club is proud to support HLV athletics. Getting involved with the Booster Club is a great way to show your support of HLV. Blady Law Office in Victor champions HLV students to be the best they can. Blady Law Office in Victor supports our students and communities. Keystone Savings Bank is proud to support HLV students on and off the field. Everyone at Keystone Bank says go Warriors. Cooperative Telephone Company is happy to sponsor the Warrior Cast and would like to wish the HLV football team a great remainder of the season. Kiesel Brothers Seeds is your local DeKalb and Asgrove hybrid dealer. Kiesel Brothers Seeds supports all of our HLV students and athletes.
So as we get ready for the start of the fourth quarter, Mitchell Tice had passed along here that stats from that third quarter on the ground. New London had 107 yards rushing, 86 through the air. HLV 19 rushing, but yet 149 on the air. Franklin had 3 touchdowns in that quarter alone. Cale Weiskup and Hunter Bazin with 1 each for the Warriors. So big second down and 8 coming up as we start the fourth quarter. Gorsh is back to pass, and he's got McCullough down the middle of the field.
Looked like we were trying to come back to that crossing route there, but it just didn't clear. Had 2 guys come up in the same spot and just really didn't have an option there.
Early pressure off New London's left side there that really Gorsh was never able to get his feet set and kind of let the play develop. As you had said, he had kind of done such a great job of allowing those routes to develop. There just simply wasn't time on that play. So third down and 8 now. Still 11:55 to go, fourth quarter, but you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but you got to figure as quickly, as easily as New London has moved the ball recently, a first down would really be big here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gorsh is back to pass, and he throws it kind of to the middle field where no one was.
Pass is incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if he was intending a receiver to come across there or what, but a little bit of miscommunication there. One thing we've got away from in the second half a little bit is the short, quick passes. That seemed to work pretty well in the first half. I'd like to see Coach Smith come back to that here in the fourth quarter again. Get Gorsh
Weiskup in space.
Yeah, and settle Gorsh back down a little bit after those last couple throws. Yeah.
So fourth down and 8 now as HLVTC is forced to punt from their own 16-yard line. Weiskup drops back to punt. The snap's a good one. Let's see if Weiskup can get off a good punt. Going to be received there by Franklin at about midfield. And a really nice special teams tackle there by 22, Sean McCullough. So the punt was received at about the 40. Franklin gets up to, they're going to mark him at the 35. So a return of 5. Really nice open field tackle there by McCullough, nullifying any further damage. But as we saw a lot in the first half, now all of a sudden New London starting on HLV's side of the field again.
Yeah, good field position again here for New London. Critical stop point for the Warriors defense here.
So first and 10 New London from the HLV 35. New London with the 41-38 lead. Franklin again in the shotgun as he's going to go right up the middle. There was some pressure by Devin Weiskup. Finally brought down on the play by younger brother Cale at about the HLV 29, so a pickup of 6 on the play. Second down and 4 upcoming as the clock continues to run as we approach the 11-minute mark here. Fourth quarter with New London now leading by 3 and on the move.
Yeah, we had good penetration there. Just he slipped by, the penetration just a little bit, took a sidestep and made a quick burst upfield.
So Easton Crum now back in on the defensive side of the ball as Weiskup has slid back to more of a backer position. Let's see if HLV can again get penetration. They do, and he's brought down to the backfield. Really good penetration there. Hunter Bazin with great penetration. Cleaned up on the play by his linebacker mate, Cale Weiskup. A loss of about 3 on the play. So now third down and 6. A long 6 maybe from the HLV 31 upcoming. That's exactly what HLV needed to do on that second down in mid-range.
Absolutely. The Warriors had kind of met the offensive line at the point of attack there and really actually pushed them backwards for one of the first times tonight, which was nice. And, it resulted in a loss of about a yard there. So
third down and 6 upcoming as New London snaps it from HLV's 36-yard line. Franklin's back to pass. Here. He's got all sorts of time to throw, and it's over 25 Israel Lemley's head. Lemley had a step there on Rorda as he was coming across the field. Thankfully, Franklin a little bit overthrown, so now brings up a massive fourth down and 7.
Yeah, it's kind of a cat and mouse game here. Honestly, you see there, New London actually came with the crossing routes on that one, and both receivers actually were pretty well ahead of the Warrior defense there. Luckily, they couldn't connect there, but big play coming up here for the Warriors.
So let's see if the trio of Crum, Smith, and Westerdale can force a little bit of pressure here on this 4th and 7 play. Early on fourth quarter as New London's facing 4th and 7. Mankey's going to roll off to the right-hand side. It's tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Wow.
Oh, great coverage.
Just missed knocking that ball down.
Boy.
Oh, unfortunate. We tried to make a play.
With a great effort.
Yeah, tried to make a play. Didn't get it. Unfortunately, then it just left nothing but open space for Franklin to run down the field after that.
So the touchdown pass from 35 yards out from Mankey Bailey to number 21, London Franklin, has now extended New London's lead to 47-38. Touchdown scored with 10 minutes and 13 seconds to go in the final fourth quarter as number 11, Peeler, trots out for the extra point try for the Tigers. The kick is up, and it is good. So New London now has kind of stretched their lead back up to 10. So 48-38, New London with the lead. 10 minutes and 8 seconds to go, fourth quarter. After what was seemingly really good coverage on the play by Sean McCullough, just a better pass and better play by the Tigers.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate on their end. And now we've seen in a matter of, 5-6 minutes now, we've had almost a 20-point swing there.
You're exactly right.
So HLV's got to find a way to have a good drive here. They need to find something to put together. Get some of the momentum back, find some confidence again, and find themselves in the end zone.
Yeah, from a 38-27 lead to a 48-38 deficit, HLV's offense, got to get something going here. Let's see if we can get a little bit of continuity going. With the last two drives, we just haven't seemed to be clicking like we were there in the early third quarter. So as New London readies for the kick with Peeler, the senior, both Weiskup and Bazin back deep to return. You've got to figure Peeler's going to send this one again through the end zone, or at least attempt to, and limit the big play possibility here for the Warriors.
Yeah.
And Peeler does exactly that. Wanted to again thank all of you that are joining from the Warrior Cast across Eastern Iowa and all over the Midwest. As we had mentioned earlier, people tuning in from Connecticut, Georgia, Michigan. All because Saxon Van Buren decided to call tonight's football game. So as HLV now comes out 1st and 10 from their own 15, 10 minutes and 8 seconds to go, fourth quarter, needing desperately to put a drive together.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing to remember here, obviously, like we talked about, that was a 20-point swing in a matter of 6 or 7 minutes. There's a lot of time left. That we don't need to rush anything here. Stay calm. Put together your best drive, go down and score, and come back on defense.
In 8-man football, 10 minutes is an eternity.
Yeah.
So, as the handoff goes to Bazin, and he's got room off the right-hand side. Great read by Bazin, breaks 2 tackles early, and a nice bounce out to the right-hand side, and Hunter Bazin with a 15-yard pickup. So, finally, can that double-headed monster of Bazin and Weiskup get a little traction here for this Warrior offense and get the chains moving in the right direction. So 1st and 10 upcoming for this HLV-TC offense from the Warrior 30-yard line, as we are now under 10 minutes to go, 9 minutes 38 seconds, with New London leading HLV-TC 48-38. Gorsh again in the gun with Weiskup lining up behind him. It's going to be a quick pitch to Weiskup off the left-hand side. Can he break a tackle or two? He does break through one ankle tackle. Pretty solid blocking there by number 88, Jaden Smith on the edge. And Weiskup able to fall forward for about 6 to the 36-yard line. So 2nd down and 4 now.
Yeah, I like that. I see Weiskup there. He had the opportunity to cut it out to the outside, which wasn't going to be open at the end of the day. He ended up cutting it back up and got north and south and got the yards that they needed there.
Gave his blockers just one more second to let that hole create. So 2nd down and 4 now as the Warriors trying to, again, go on the move from their own 36. It's going to be a handoff to Bazin off the right-hand side. Bazin simply lowers a shoulder and falls head for 3.5, maybe 4 yards. Tough pick up there by Bazin as he had 2, and all of a sudden the New London defense had converged, lowered his head, and they're going to say he's
third and
just short. So 3rd down and inches upcoming as the Warrior offense got a little bit of an odd spot there, but nonetheless 3rd down and short, 8.5 minutes to go, fourth quarter, trailing by 10. So again, it's going to be Bazin off the right-hand side, and a really great tackle there by number 5, Gavin Mankey Bailey. Simply blew up the play. Bazin had nowhere to go and simply wasn't able to make one of his kind of patented juke moves. So now 4th and a long 1 upcoming. And from the HLV 38, 8 minutes, 3 seconds to go as the clock continues to run. And HLV in a position where you've got to feel this 4th down conversion is a massive one.
Absolutely, yeah.
So 4th down and 1, a long 1 from their own 38-yard line. Gorsh going to be in the gun again. with Weisskopf to his side. Snaps to Gorsh. It's going to be a quick counter, and Bazin does break a tackle. Bazin was hit in the backfield for what could have been possibly a loss of a half yard. Breaks through an arm tackle, and the strength of Hunter Bazin and the will to just continue down the field picks up about 10 on the play, we'll call it, for a massive HLVTC first down. Now down to the New London 27. Clock continuing to roll. 7 minutes, 30 seconds to go. New London with the 48-38 lead. And HLV now again on the move.
Yeah, big play there. They really needed that one to really give themselves a chance to stay in this ball game. So great play.
Let's see if we can string back-to-back positive plays. And Weisskopf now with the bounce to the right side. Oh, a hole that opened for a second, closed in a hurry by a nice fill by, I think that was Mankey Bailey again. Boy, that
timeout New London again. Interesting.
So New London, after getting a defensive stop, you got to figure maybe with a smaller roster size, it's just kind of a water break, catch your breath. Let's regroup here a little bit as HLV's put back-to-back first downs together, as they are now at the New London 25 with a second down and about 7 upcoming here with 7 minutes, 5 seconds to go, as we are again joining you from New London High School for 8-man District 6 football. Between the Warriors and the New London Tigers. HLV trailing currently 48-38, but on the move.
And one of the things you mentioned earlier, Nick, the size factor. New London's not the biggest team. It seems like the Warriors are finally starting to press their will against them a little bit on the line. We've had more success this drive on the with rushing the ball. So, maybe that timeout, to your point, is settle down, kind of refresh the bodies a little bit and regroup there.
And I guess with the 10-point lead, right, 10-point cushion, you can afford to maybe burn one there. So second down and 8. Here comes the snap. The pass is out to Gorsh. He throws it in triple coverage, and it's intercepted.
Unfortunate there. You had three receivers actually land in the exact same spot. Gorsh could have thrown that ball anywhere within a 10-yard radius right there, and you're probably hitting a New London defender just because it was so clustered right there. Not what you want to see. That's a momentum killer for the Warriors right there as time continues to be against them in the fourth quarter here.
Okay, so after the HLVTC turnover, New London now takes over at their own, call it 11. So first and 10 from their own 11, 6 minutes, 56 seconds to go in a ball game that New London currently leads 48-38. Just, I don't know, disappointing, I guess, into a drive that had really kind of had some momentum going for it. Now let's see if this HLV defense can force a turnover its own.
We got offsides on the offense there, so we're moving. At least New London's moving backwards. It's funny. We finally gained some momentum on the ground, and then we go back to the pass right there. I don't know that was warranted, but we were kind of imposing our will on the offensive line. Would have liked to see us stay with the run there, but unfortunate events for the Warriors.
So can this defense, step up here, force the turnover its own deep in their in New London's territory? New London now facing a 1st and 15 from their own 5. 6 minutes, 53 seconds to go as the clock stopped here on the penalty. So New London facing 1st and 15. Let's see if the Warriors can force a little bit of pressure of their own. Mankey's going to have a keeper on the right-hand side, and they've got Franklin up the right-hand side, and Franklin brings it in at the New London 33.
We're going to get a flag here, too. Oh, nope, he didn't pull it out. Okay, good. Boy, that was going to be close to a personal foul there on the out of bounds. But you could see that one coming from a mile away. They ran the same play that they did on the touchdown run, except he just ran an out route and up.
It was just kind of the old out and up, or wheel route almost, and Franklin found himself running open down the right-hand side, right in front of the New London sidelines. And so a pickup of, we'll call it about 33 yards on that play, now brings up 1st and 10 New London from the HLVTC 38. It's going to be Logan Franklin off the left-hand side. Broken tackle, and it's brought down by Cale Weisskopf after a gain of about 4. 2nd down and 6 upcoming. And now, boy, that clock really becomes a factor.
Yeah, and New London's actually went away from that tight formation that we've seen all day. They've had either the tight T or the wings there. Now they're actually spreading out, going more to motion, moving guys around, creating a little bit more confusion. It seems to be working in their favor right now.
Okay, so 2nd down and 5 upcoming for This New London offense, as the clock continues to roll, 6 minutes and 10 seconds, as they are wisely utilizing the majority of these play clocks here, as we're now getting to that point in the game. Mankey Bailey up the middle. He does break one tackle, another tackle, and is falls ahead for a first down across the HLV 30 down to about the HLV 29, and broken tackles were the key on that one.
Yeah, there was 2 or 3 broken tackles there by the Warriors, or against the Warriors in that one. We had great penetration there, to be honest. Had the ability to stop him, even maybe a 1-yard gain there. Just couldn't bring him down.
So 1st and 10 now, New London from the HLV 29, leading 48-38. 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go here, fourth quarter. Mankey Bailey with the keep. He's going to go up the middle, left-hand side, and then bounces it back middle. Stopped there by Devin Weiskup after a gain of about 6. Brings up 2nd down and 4 for this New London team, as now they're perfectly content just simply chewing clock.
Yeah, and it's kind of a funny thing. You came into the game, and Mankey Bailey had a lot of the stats that we saw, and now they've leveraged Franklin so much the game. You got to believe that Mankey Bailey's pretty fresh. He's coming in and he's running hard, running well. It's kind of a trade-off for their big athletes right now.
Great point. 2nd down and 4 upcoming here, as we are now approaching just under 5 minutes to go, 4 minutes and 58 seconds with the clock rolling. As Mankey Bailey again gets the handoff up the left-hand side, a cutback again, and he's going to be tackled about a yard short of a first down. Tackled there by a trio of Warriors, Weiskup brothers, along with number 6, Hunter Bazin. So, boy, Mankey Bailey here, as this fourth quarter has come along, has made a living with that.
Yeah.
Start off left-hand side, cutting back to the middle and off to the right, and has found positive yards almost every time.
Yeah, and they're running a pretty simple offense right here. They're going 4 wide every single play this drive. They're bringing one of their guys in motion, and then he's just making a read off that. At the end of the day, where's the defense reacting to that motion guy, and then he's making the cut and going.
3rd down and 1 upcoming from the HLV 20, as again it's going to be Mankey Bailey off the right-hand side, a holding as Hunter Bazin had rushed, blitzed off the right-handed side of the defense, and was almost tackled again. That time it was caught. So New London will be penalized 10 yards on that holding call. So from a 3rd and 1 upcoming will be a 3rd and 11 now, as we are now at 4 minutes and 4 seconds to go, fourth quarter, with New London holding a 48-38 lead here on homecoming night from New London High School.
Yeah, we needed that one. That's what the second touchdown called back for New London tonight. Both kind of critical turning points. You look at the last one; it was right before the halftime. HLVTC ends up making the stop there, or getting the stop going in halftime. Leaving it tied going in there. So, kind of went away from the momentum took away the momentum from New London. Let's hope it can happen again here.
Yeah, you're exactly right. So 3rd down and 11 now. Clock again winds, 3:55 and counting, as the Tigers come to the line now, and you assume we'll give a little bit of a wait here, as the play clock is now under 10. The snap comes back to Mankey Bailey. He is going to throw. Some pressure by Westerdale on the play. A receiver across the middle open again by
Lemley,
was Lemley.
Right? Yeah.
Boy, Lemley's found some openings.
It's interesting. I kind of watched that play develop there. They actually went on a 2-man route, and Lemley stayed in and blocks, and then he just waits and sees if the wide receivers downfield are getting open or not, and if not, then he just kind of clears out and sits in the middle of the field right there, and just kind of makes something available. Are they going to kick from here?
Wow. So 4th and 2 from the HLV 21. New London is at least lining up to kick. Peeler has shown he has the leg. A play that you don't see very often in high school football, especially at 8-man level, and it has never had a chance.
No. That would have been a heck of a kick. What were we looking at? About a 36-yard field goal there.
Yeah.
Like you said, never had a chance. Didn't really get off the ground there.
Yeah, so the HLVTC defense does get a stop. 3 minutes to go, fourth quarter, as the offense trots back out on the field, facing a 10-point deficit, 48-38. And big plays are going to have to happen in a hurry here if HLVTC wants to mount some sort of comeback.
Yeah, agreed. And I guess looking at this now, the one advantage they do have to kicking it there is the ball moves down to the 15-yard line. So New London actually ends up gaining some yardage out of that. Warriors are pushed back up against their own goal line a little bit. But no matter what, we gotta find a drive here, put a drive together, and score quick.
For sure. 4 split out wide with Gorsh in the gun. Let's see if we can get him some time. Kale Weiskup with the catch on the right-hand side. Does break one
bounce.
tackle. Breaks
nice.
another arm tackle.
Keep going.
And he's got some space.
Oh!
Boy,
nice
Minky
open
Bailey
field
with
tackle.
a touchdown-saving
Yeah.
tackle. Kale Weiskup broke out of 2 arm tackles on the right-hand side. Does pick up 25 yards. And now the HLV offense is at midfield. So first down and 10 Warriors as they're now at midfield facing it. 2 minutes, 45 seconds to go as the clock continues to run as HLV's needing yards, and they're needing them in big chunks right now.
Yeah. And there we went back to the quick pass, and it worked out. You give your athletes the ball, get them out in space, and see what they can do.
So Gorsh drops back. He's again going to find, this time it's Bazin in the flat, and Bazin does break a tackle, breaks the second tackle. He's across the 30,
Great
down
run.
to the 25, down to about the 22, 23.
Gets
So
out of bounds, saves the clock a little bit. Great play by him.
really, really good effort by those two running backs on back-to-back plays. 4 broken tackles on consecutive plays. So Bazin and Weiskup now have this offense inside the New London 25-yard line. 2 minutes, 21 seconds to go. HLV, a TC on the move, trailing by 10.
I think you stay with this. You stay with the quick passes. It looks like they actually ran the exact same route there the past 2 plays. I don't know that I would recommend that, but stay with the quick passes and try to continue to move the ball, find a way to get out of bounds.
Gorsh in the shotgun. He's got
He
Weiskup
went deep.
breaking deep. That's got to be pass interference.
You bet.
Yes, it is. Did he catch it?
Did he catch that?
Oh, boy.
Oh, no, he didn't catch it. But we did get the pass interference call down
Boy,
there.
You could see that play developing
Yes.
from here.
Yeah.
As they ran that kind of quick out route, two consecutive plays as you called, and all of a sudden Weiskup ran what New London has had so much success on all night, that out and up play.
Yep.
And was kind of mauled at the goal line there for a very obvious defensive pass interference.
Ball was a little underthrown, but that did help for the pass interference call there for sure.
absolutely.
Ultimately, it's a great gain for the Warriors. Keeps the clock stopped and keeps them marching down the field.
So first and 10, HLV-TC from the New London 12. 2 minutes, 13 seconds to go as HLV is trying to mount a late-game comeback here with Gorsh again in the gun. As he's got Weiskup and Bazin split off. The snap is high. Gorsh does bring it in. Is able to get it off. Oh. Boy. Boy, kind of a,
hodgepodge of a play there. Honestly, that was a tough play from the start. Gorsh made a heck of a play to actually get the ball and then to recover and actually be able to throw the ball. He did attempt to throw it into the end zone to one of his wide receivers down there. Wasn't able to connect, but that could have been pretty deadly, honestly.
Thankfully for HLV, it fell incomplete. I mean, there were two New London D-backs converging on the play. So HLV lives for another play. Second down and 10 now from the New London 13. 2 minutes and 4 seconds to go, fourth quarter. Gorsh again in the gun with Weiskup next to him. New London brings all sorts of pressure.
No.
It looks like it was a screen play that was blown up.
Franklin gets a tip and about got the pick with it as well.
About a heck of an athletic play there by Franklin. Thankfully, the ball does fall to the ground. So now third down and 10 after HLV had kind of moved with consistently. Now we're down that part of the field where the field condenses. Everything gets a little tighter.
Yeah.
And New London's got nothing to lose, up 10. They've brought the heat on consecutive plays, and were assisted by a bad snap on the previous play. But nonetheless, third down and 10. 1 minute, 59 seconds to go here, fourth quarter. Gorsh in the gun. He's got, looks like Weiskup breaking across the open. And Logan Franklin comes up with an interception, and he is running down the right sideline. Only
Cuts
one man to beat, Keegan Gorsh.
Looks like Keegan's going to get him here.
Keegan is going to bring him down at the HLV 4.
Do we have a flag down here on the sideline over here too?
There is a flag.
It's obviously well down the field,
so
it's
blocking the back or something similar. You've got to figure.
Yeah.
Or maybe the flag just fell out. I'm not sure.
I didn't actually see him throw it, so you might be right on that.
May have just
yeah.
fallen out. Okay. So a crossing route. Gorsh had to throw off his back foot. Some pressure again, kind of in his face. Probably wasn't able to put the zip on that ball that he needed. Logan Franklin simply read the pass and then jumped in front of Weiskup and made a good defensive play. Returns the interception clear down to the HLV 4. Now with a minute 43 seconds to go and New London leading by 10, you've got to figure it's probably pretty academic now.
Yeah, this is unfortunate, tough spot for the Warriors after a very solid effort tonight, for sure on their end. Looks like we got a new ball carrier here.
It looks like it was number 23, Brigham Porter, off the left-hand side, and Porter able to find some green grass, and he is in. So after HLV had mounted, a drive and really driven clear down to the New London 13, trying to crack within that 10-point deficit in a two-play span, an interception return to the Warrior 4-yard line on the next play. Porter is able to run it in from 4 yards out, and now New London leads 54-38. 1 minute 38 seconds to go with the extra point upcoming here.
I think we're going to get offsides on the defense here.
Play blown dead. So it was offsides on the Warriors.
Trying to jump to get the block there. Really tough past 5 minutes, honestly, that you put together two pretty good drives. We get down there. I think the first drive we were maybe a 35-ish yard line. This past drive we're 25-ish yard line, and end up with two turnovers there that drastically changed the landscape of the game.
Killers, yeah. There is another penalty on this point after try. We have an offside on the Warriors again. So half the distance to goal from there. So New London now kicks from about the half-yard line. Looking to go up 55-38 with the point after. This one is blocked. So some penetration right up the middle by HLV, and
I think that
HLV was
Weiskup that got that one, wasn't it?
Was able to block that one. I think you're exactly right. I think Weiskup was able to get in on the block. So after the New London touchdown, they now lead this thing 54-38 as we have 1 minute and 33 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. And Saxon, I think you probably summed it up about as well as it could be. At one point, HLV had built that 38-27 lead, had really found some consistency, that continuity both on the ground and in the air, and a couple turnovers, an onside kick by New London that was mishandled, and it's one of those ball games that you felt like you were strongly in control of, and then all of a sudden you have those three things, and this thing flipped on a dime.
Yeah, absolutely. That was, HLV went from having all the momentum to, New London coming back, scoring, recovering an onside kick, coming down very quickly and scoring again, just took out all the momentum from HLV. We ended up turning over the ball a couple times there in a row, and just kind of flipped the script completely here in the fourth quarter. It's very unfortunate because the Warriors have played a great game tonight. Had many things to look at and shine on, as actually we get a kickoff return here.
So one of the few times New London decides to kick deep and let either Basin or Weiskup return one. Weiskup gathers that one in and does return it to the HLV 33. So a solid return there by the sophomore running back Cale Weiskup. So HLV now 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line. 1 minute, 24 seconds to go, trailing 54-38 here at New London. Gorsh again will come out in the gun with twin splits on both the right and the left, and obviously passing, an obvious passing
they're going to get offsides. Yep.
Lining up in the new, where they?
I think it's on the Warrior. Oh no, it was against New London. Okay,
so
sorry.
I don't know if New London tried to jump the snap count there, but 5-yard penalty on the Tigers. Now 1st and 5 for the Warriors at the 37-yard line of HLVTC. 1 minute 23 to go. HLV is now simply looking for yards and big bunches here. Weiskup will be split off to the left-hand side with McCullough and Basin on the right.
A little bit of confusion again here.
So the snap to Gorsh from the gun. Crossing route, and it is high for McCullough. A lot of traffic on that one. There, I don't know. It wasn't really any time to develop anything.
On that one, too, you kind of see where, you look back to the first half. Gorsh had a ton of time. New London's found a way to get pressure here in the second half. So Gorsh hasn't had enough time to really allow that crossing route to fully open up, and you really saw it on that play right there. Overall our offensive line has done a phenomenal job. Probably hasn't got enough credit throughout the night for what they were able to do. But it's like I said, a good effort all around on the HVTC side tonight. They found a lot of momentum. They found a lot of ways to move the ball quickly, gain some confidence there. Just a tough fourth quarter tonight for them.
Yeah, you kind of wonder. We had talked a couple different times about New London being a little leaner, a little thinner up front, and you've also got to wonder maybe on the HLVT side, TC side, with the loss of J.C. Stevens this week, if maybe constantly chasing London Franklin around for three plus quarters just kind of wore on the defense as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean that kid's a tank. I mean he's going to take a toll on anybody that he runs up against. He heck of an athlete. Can't say enough about what value he provides to that team for sure. Just a tough one there.
Yeah. So 2nd down and 5 now from the HLV 37. 1 minute, 19 seconds to go. Korsh again in the shotgun as the snap is a little bit high and off to the right-hand side. Kind of simply throws it up in the air to Weisskopf down the right-hand side and right in front of the HLV bench, and it is gathered in there by number 4 for New London, Cale Westerbeck. So the interception bug has kind of bit the Warriors at a bad time.
Yeah, the pressure was there. A high snap there. He had to reach up to grab the ball. By the time he actually got the ball in his hands, the defensive line had already penetrated through, and he had limited option but to really throw it up there. Good play on the defensive part, but yeah, three picks here this fourth quarter.
So New London now starts. They take over 1st and 10 from their own 20 with 1 minute and 11 seconds to go, fourth quarter, as they line up in the victory formation, and they're simply going to kneel it out.
Yeah.
So as this thing is winding down, it looks like there will have to be one more snap yet here before this one's finished. But on a night where HLV came down feeling as if they would be in a good chance, in a position to compete, they clearly did. And two teams that were both coming in winless on the year, but competed incredibly hard. As New London now lines up for what will be the final snap of the game here, and Mankey Bailey again takes that snap and kneels it for the final play of the game. So your final here tonight from New London. New London 54, HLVTC 38. And Saxon, I think as we kind of get ready to close things off here, I think there is a lot of positives to take moving forward, and on a season that probably hasn't gone as any from the HLV side would have hoped. The moral victories sometimes are tough to take, but there was a lot of positives.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you look at the first 36 minutes of that game. HLV played it about as best as you could have asked. I mean, outside of a couple penalties here and there, they didn't get the ground game going in the first half, but they got the passing game going early. They were able to find success all over the place in the first half, and even a lot in the third quarter. Just got to find a way to close out the game.
Yeah, especially after Gorsh and that receiving crew had had so much success. You hate to see it kind of end with multiple interceptions in the fourth quarter, but nonetheless, that is how things wrapped up. So as we get ready to sign off here from New London, wanted to again thank all of you for tuning in from home, wherever that may be. Thank all of our sponsors, Danny Davis and Sportscast Media, for providing this broadcast to all of you. So as we sign off for New London, HLVTC will be home this coming Friday, homecoming game as we host Twin Cedars. Hope to see a large crowd out, and reminder of Pep Rally Parade as the week goes on as well. So Saxon, Mitchell, thanks for jumping in. Fun night with you guys as we say good night from New London.